Happy New Year!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fate's End, a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons game driven by Fate. I will be your tale weaver for the evening, per usual. Let's get into our announcements. First of all, we want to shout out Tabletop Audio at tabletopaudio.com for the ambiance that we use in our shows from time to time. The sounds that you hear now, that you should be hearing now, I'm hoping, that is tabletopaudio.com. You can visit the page and use the sounds in your own games, or you can also support Tim on Patreon to help to make sure he continues to make some awesome sound sets. Yes, we also want to shout out Nine Realms Gaming, our partner. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. You can visit ninerealmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LIAR10 to get 10% off your purchase. We also want to shout out Mythroll Armory. They create unique tabletop RPG items for everyone to enjoy on their adventures. You can grab their 1020. You can stick this in your wallet, put this little bad boy together, and roll initiative wherever you may roam. Yes, thank you, thank you. Oh, that is where mine went. Thank you, Daniel. I've been looking for it. Looks like my toddler son moved it over to Daniel's computer. But yes.
I just stole it. That's all that happened.
Okay.
I just stole it.
Thank you guys for showing those on stream for me. You can also grab graphic tees on their website now at mithrallarmory.com. They have a lot of really cool, like, class-related t-shirts like Bard and Druid. So go check them out now at mithrallarmory.com. We also want to shout out Sirenscape. Sirenscape, thank you so much for the ambient sounds and music that we use in their online player from time to time as well. Just a reminder, if you backed our Kickstarter, Stargazer's Guide to Aurora, make sure to check your emails. We've sent those out. We've sent out our NPC star charts, our astral character sheets. If you didn't back, no worries, Stargazers is coming to Drive-Thru RPG very soon, as well as our website at inkandlyre.com. You can follow us on social media by using Command Socials and check us out on all our social media channels, and you can use Command FateCast to follow the entire cast here at Fate's End. But, biggest announcement, guys. We will not be having a stream this Wednesday or this coming Monday, because all of Ink and Lyre is going to be going on a retreat. We'll be returning on Wednesday, the 23rd, Danny? Is that correct?
We are not.
No?
We are not going to be here on the 23rd.
We're not?
We aren't, but like,
Okay.
is Iron Valor going to be here on the 23rd?
No, it will not be.
Okay.
So we're not going to not doing this Wednesday or next Wednesday.
Or next Wednesday.
And so the next time we will be live on this channel is Monday the 28th.
However, we will be taking lots of pictures. We're going to be tweeting on Twitter. We got cool video projects that we're going to be working on. So make sure to follow us on social media, out in Discord if you haven't yet, because we are going to be sharing all of our fun time sneak peeks with you all. And Snonk's coming with us too, so we'll be sharing Snonk. And I think I'm going to pass Snonk off to somebody either in Seattle, one of our team members in Seattle, or to Finalai himself, so that he can take Snonk on a couple adventures as well. But Snonk's adventures, he's moving on. He is going new places, so look forward to that as well. Outside of that, I believe Priaria is recapping us of the very emotional, big emotional roller coaster that we had last session. So with that being said, the time has come. Let's draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fate's End.
It's all right now. Remember the bedtime stories that Farad used to tell us? Yes? Well, I've learned many new stories in my travels, and soon this will be one. Right now is the quiet part of the story. The heroes have stormed the great and terrible prison to save you, my brave family, from the wicked false queen and her hag. They have fought bravely.
You begin to feel your joints stiffen. Your fingers turn gray. You look away and you just kind of like clench your fists, and you see this kind of that gray return, and your skin begin to move to full color once more.
Tried to Cassius me.
And you resist.
being hero shit. So Akron's left there. Basically, Elrixis, Samson, the warden, everything in that room goes completely dark for Akron, and all he's got is the heart of the forest on his chest and none of his friends. And
all of this chaos and stuff happen, and seeing the warden slide through the shadows, and looking at Elrixis and just all of this stuff, and Samson has shoved this heart of the forest into Akron, and his armor is kind of like wrapped around it and like pulled it in close to his chest. And so Akron, he's going to cast plant growth and try to activate the heart of the forest. And
as it does so, you begin to see the face form, that tree trunk face that you all remembered fighting. The small tufts of shrubbery begin to burst forth on its back. Two legs hit the ground first, then the back too, and it just very much so like a rhino begins to form in the room, and it just screams at like.
They have been cunning and quick in the face of great danger and seen many horrible things.
Begin to move through this room, and like it's unsettling because you can see, and it feels as if they are all staring directly at you. You're almost like concerned as the chains begin to kind of click 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 as they turn almost to follow you, but then like they kind of turn back and you're not sure if they can see you or not.
Oh my god.
But they just kind of like,
yeah, he just prays. Well, he doesn't pray. If he could pray, he would.
I pray.
He doesn't pray, he's not religious.
I pray for both of us. I'm also following Ludin, so let me.
All right, you are also invisible. Same with you, Finn, as you kind of like slowly step through very quietly. The clinking of the chains just kind of like as they kind of sway. At one point, one of our family members, their foot kind of slips because they're holding up I forget what they're called. My brain, the stockade. And they slip and they just kind of like, but like their eyes remain open the entire time, without blinking.
But their path was not easy, for the hag was clever and had set many traps.
Begin to cast the spell, and you feel that aura weakening. And then you see the hair begin to move.
Oh god.
In the cage. There's a kind of and the hair begins to move.
Guys.
What do you do?
She was also a fierce opponent.
So you'll take half damage.
Great.
That is 56 psychic damage. Half of that.
My turn.
I'll be alright. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
Ends your turn. Back to the top of the round.
I changed my mind. I'm coming back.
No, go. I'm fine.
Nah. You can't drop haste. All right.
I'm not gonna drop haste. I'm fine. I'm
Definitely not now.
Forecaster, dude.
Definitely not now.
Trust
Definitely
me.
not.
Trust me.
Fine.
You watch as Akron's face, like blood begins to pool at his pores, and he just kind of like his eyes roll back and he just falls unconscious on your back. And if you want him to stay there, you will have to.
He does not, because Akron signed my book.
But she could not have known the strength of our heroes, or how clever they too could be. One by one they escaped, slipping through her fingers.
To say that he has dealt with the loss of his husband would be a straight lie, and no one would ever say that. But seeing it's been long enough that he knows that man's dead. He's not coming out. And as an ape, Samson's going to think to himself, looking down, he's got all this bark and everything that he has going around it with his life. He's looking down, he's thinking to himself, you fool, we've won. You're stuck. And we're gone. And he feels as though he's done his job. And that if she pursues, she'll never get Prayara's family. And if she tries to go back, she won't be there quick enough now. Feels as though these 30 seconds, this minute, he and Akron have functioned, are gonna save them. And that she's not fast enough to get through that rubble and get back. I'm going to action disengage, and then I'm going to hasted run 100 or 80 feet out this door.
And all the while, our heroes were spiriting away the hope of this land. You. I cannot wait for you to meet it.
You just kind of like jump in. The rest of your family members that have it just kind of like cascade down into the darkness with their arrows. It looks almost like fireflies in the darkness, floating down below. All right.
This land will love you, and it will keep you safe while I'm gone.
And you see those slightly bloodshot but beautiful violet fuchsia-like eyes.
Hey.
And her lips begin to tremble and tears begin to pour down her face, and she drops the doll and just buries her head into your chest, and she says, Asfajawad, Abria. I knew you would come for me. I knew you would not forget me.
That's right. That's right. And she pulls her in and pulls in all of her other siblings around her that she can reach and just...
And your family immediately just falls to their knees, surrounding you. Your mother, your father, all of them engulfing you in this beautiful family hug. The darkness, the wretch, holds no sway over this moment. And your mother picks up your staff. A staff that she gave you. She kneels down next to you. And she leans her head close to your ears. She says, I am proud. You are my pride.
And that is when the tears come.
And your father puts a hand on your shoulder. Again, not one to show much emotion, and has never. And he holds your shoulder. He says, no. We proud, not I.
The sobs are uncontrollable now.
And you take this small moment.
All this time she's been feeling like she has let them all down, like everything that's happened is her fault. She hasn't figured everything out fast enough, she wasn't clever enough, she wasn't fast enough, and hearing that, she's just overcome.
You see, the story is not over, little ones. The false queen must still be defeated, and more evil after that. But I promise I will make a new home for you, for all of us. And I will come back to you.
Ooh, wow. What a recap, y'all. What a recap. Good God, the feels. Oh.
A for family.
Knocked my headphones out of my mic.
Okay,
We've done it.
Thank you for the first of all, before we even get anywhere, thank you so much everyone for the subs. Oh my gosh, we have so many subs and the hype trains going on. Thank you all so much for that. We will thank you all individually at the end of the stream. You guys blow us away every single time. We love you all so much. All right. Let's get into tonight's episode. Fate's End. Let me get the music going. We return, for now, to the sewers beneath the prison. A moment is taken to kind of soak in the triumph of saving lives of every single one of Prearia's family members. When you all finally catch your breath, you begin making your way out of the sewer. The magical light filling the chamber, leading you to safety. The hisses and screams of the wretch moving throughout the walls, through the cracks, avoiding the light that you all carry. As you walk, you find your mind does not settle. There is unease as you realize you have no idea the fate of Akron and Samson. Did they make it out? Did they escape? What about Rogar? What happened? You only know the mother of hags followed, only to return moments later. Just as you both, Samson and Akron, did your friends make it out? They say Priori's family. You have no idea. But we'll start with Prearia, Ludin, Finn, and Esperise for now. Gwyn is up on your shoulders, Prearia, her head slumped against the top of your head, arms dangling loosely from either side of your face, and the small snuffles of snoring as she sleeps soundly, tired out from the nightmare she's endured within these last months. If there's anything that you all would like to say to one another as you begin making your way back to Samson Estate, you may do so now before we arrive there. And Samson and Akron, we'll get to you guys next.
Is there any way to contact Samson and Akron?
Once we leave the tour, we should be able to go back to the home, and then...
You sound very far away, Dia. Sorry.
I don't know, my microphone is being on. Is it better? It's... Okay. Esprit doesn't have anything to say for a while.
Do you think they're okay?
If anyone's going to survive anything, it's Samson. Though it would help if we had somewhere we could know to meet them.
Yeah. And if they're not back at Samson's Manor, do we come back here and get them?
Look, right now we need to focus on getting out of here. I know we're worried about Akron and Samson, and Ludin will just kind of inch closer to Prearia and kind of try and whisper, be like, "I don't know if your family Those are
Well, that's
things
true.
we need to think about. We can't just... Look, I know you love your family, and I know how much you've risked to get them out of here. I'm so happy that you've gotten them. But we have to do something about this. If
Sound
not
a little
now,
quiet, too, Christian.
if not now, try and cover their eyes or anything, but we can't go back without thinking about this.
Okay, we will talk to them, see if they have some idea of when their eyes are being used, if they can tell. If they can't, we will... I suppose we will have to blindfold them for a while, at least until we can kill the hag.
Okay. How do you feel? Are you okay?
Huh? Better than I've been in a long, long time. Later? Sorry, my mom just came in the room.
Gwyn, of course, she just kind of snores a little bit and just kind of like nuzzles into your head and just kind of buries into the nest of your hair. She just kind of sleeps on top of you. Mountain begins climbing up the side of your shoulder and just kind of like nestles atop her head as well.
Can I, as we are moving down these sewers, Esprit's already wanted to do this, but now overhearing the conversation that Luden and Prey are having about the eyes, I was going to do a medicine check to see the state that the family members are in, like if they needed magical healing. Can I do like a medicine or an arcana to see, are there deep lingering effects still on them? Is there anything we can see just visibly right now?
Which one do you want to do? You can do both if you want.
If I can do both, I would love to do both. Or I might, I'll lean over to Finn too. Finn is also a healer and see. I want to make sure that they're all doing all right. And prompt him to maybe also do a medicine check, or I can assist you with a medicine check and I can do an arcana check.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Esprit is trying to keep her distance from them a little bit, so it's not like all these weird elf fae people are crowding up around them all the time.
Okay, so medicine check on...
Medicine
check. Okay.
Plus 11 to medicine? Jesus Christ.
You're good at medicine.
You rolled terribly too.
I did.
I was assisting him on his check.
Yeah, so you should. Oh. Yeah, you get advantage.
Yay. Okay, that's good. I need it. Okay, well,
it's a natural one, Nanny. A natural one.
Lots of stuff has happened.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of fur. I can't see any blood.
With your 13, you would definitely see the bruising. You can see these kind of like small gaping wounds where the vines had gone underneath their skin. It kind of looks like a deep inset, like ringworm almost, but kind of carves into the skin. It doesn't look comfortable. Definitely reddened. They don't look like they're bleeding out or they're gonna die. But they look like they've been through some stuff. They look very tired. They look like they haven't slept in days.
Okay.
What Reese is specifically looking for, there was like a moment when she was getting the father out, when his eyes started changing color and everyone has really bloodshot eyes and didn't seem in control of what was going on. I'm focusing on that eye thing.
The blood-filled eye, when the entire eye turned red, like a blood red, you're able to guess that was the exact moment that maybe the hag took control.
Okay. Cool. Can I sense it all? If, like, does it look like it could happen again at any moment? Or is that not something I'd be able to tell?
You wouldn't be able to tell, but their eyes do look very bloodshot. You do sense kind of like, there's like a very subtle, like the red of their eyes, because they're white. The white of their eyes is more of like this pinkish, like almost pink eye, and it does have like a subtle glow to it.
Maybe when we get somewhere safer, we can work on removing whatever this is. Hopefully.
I'm gonna lean down to Finn because I don't think Prey needs to hear it right now in the sewer. They're almost certainly going to need to blindfold them.
I can let her know. Should I let her know?
I have to, once we get out of the sewers, I need to set up a teleportation circle. Maybe then let them see each other for now, I think.
Okay.
Otherwise, Ludin is just going to be in the front with his bow drawn with his light arrow. Just kind of listening and looking as much as he can. Staying very alert and making sure that, like, we are good on the way out. If he needs to, he'll actually be a good 10 to 15 feet ahead of the group, scoping out while they're behind.
Okay. You continue to scope out. You make your way to the that small opening where each of you does have to slide out. With this time, however, you notice that there isn't any sloshing of liquid. And with your passive investigation, Ludin, I believe yours is the highest. Your passive investigation...
It's an 18.
Actually, yeah, 18. You're guessing that all of that liquid was coming from those massive canister tubes. And as you kind of wait, because you anticipate it, you kind of wait so that you can gauge when you should go through. But it never comes. And you, with your passive investigation, you gather that's because you guys destroyed those tubes. You are able to, you know, without any... You're still gonna get dirty, but without any,
Spooky's try and crawl this time.
Rhea is just helping her younger siblings, like, careful, careful. Try not to slip.
We can catch them on the bottom.
You help Prayaria's siblings through. Little Gwyn is just very sleepy and just like a toddler, doesn't want to be woken up. Just, you know, but continues to kind of grab onto you, Prayaria, and doesn't want to leave.
She will shuffle around this.
Mountain kind of like observes you for a moment. He observes as you send your siblings and your parents through the tube, and as it becomes Gwyn's turn, the last turn, and he kind of stands there. Kind of in the muck. He looks at Gwyn, and he begins to move his arms and begins pointing towards the tube as if he's trying to instruct her, because he's trying to help too. And he shows how to like crawl on his elbows, and little Gwyn is just kind of like, oh, will you come with me? And Mountain just kind of holds his arms up, and she picks him up and she places him on the back of her neck, and she crawls through. And you just hear on the other side kind of like a little giggle.
Prayaria's crying in a corner, it's fine.
And she crawls through. And you all are able to make your way back to the estate without any issue.
So, I feel like as soon as we got out, are we going... Okay, so wait, first, when we go back to the estate, are we going to like army first, and then grabbing our butterflies and stuff like that, and then flying to the estate?
You're regrouping at the you gather you're gonna try to regroup at the estate.
So the army isn't out there, like the ones that were waiting with us, right? Because like half of them went.
Yeah, there are people outside just in case things went wrong.
There would still be people in the fields.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever we get near those areas and stuff like that, Luden would be like tapping Prayaria to tell her family to probably close their eyes so they don't realize how many people we have with us.
Okay, and when we left, and like when we got a little distance away, did we see any evidence of Akron and Samson having risen hell?
When you leave and exit, you would hear a lot of commotion. You wouldn't be from how far down you are. You wouldn't be able to hear what they're saying, but you would hear a lot of yelling and screaming.
So we don't see half a cumulobistis like sticking up out of the ground somewhere.
Where you entered is far down. You hear up where the main entrance is. You guys know where the main entrance is because you did scout out the location. You hear up by the main entrance a lot of yelling and screaming. There's just a lot of commotion. It's hard to tell what's happening, but there is a lot of shinking of metal, stomping. At one point you do hear a kind of like it sounds like metal is being bent back, and like almost like peeled, and like that kind of groaning of the metal squealing as it kind of crumples in on itself. You have no idea. Of course, meta-wise, yeah, that's Rogar's peeling back the door, but you guys just hearing this, you have no clue what's happening. But you do hear it.
I choose to believe those are good sounds.
We should get away from here as far as and fast as possible.
Okay.
And
As soon as we're out of the sewers, Esperis is able to start casting Teleportation Circle. It does take a minute to set up, and we would probably want to be someplace relatively secluded just so a guard doesn't accidentally stumble upon us, but...
Yeah,
sure.
You could take a moment to find someplace secluded. Takes a minute.
Esperis will give Finalai a little bit of a...
I really think it would be impossible. A guard might see you, but I don't think... make it...
I'm gonna shoot whoever tries to come near us as many times as I can before they can do anything. I will say that. And I will hit them.
Ray will hear in her head, we should probably start blindfolding your family members now.
Yeah. Okay. And she'll gather her family up and explain the situation. Like, did they know about their eyes being used?
Your mother just kind of, she looks at you with understanding. This is smart. You understand,
Ria?
Ria?
Like a sigh of relief. Good.
They tear some of their clothes and they begin blindfolding themselves. Gwyn kind of, as the news is kind of shared with her, she looks up at you, Prayaria, and she has this pouty face. And she just says, I not see Ria for a long time. We don't want to cover face. What if Ria disappear?
Oh, I know. But it's just for a little while, and you can still hear me, and I will let you ride on my back so you can feel me. And...
Promise.
Well, I suppose you could also smell me, and then she just, like, grabs her in, like, a very tight hug, like, tickling her.
I know what Ria smell like. Moss and happy.
So, while all that is going on, Ludin had taken his rope down after they had all gotten down and everything, and he's just going to slowly start walking to each one of the family members and just kind of doing like the little train thing where, you know, the little kids hold the little rope while they walk down the
kind of like
hallways
back to back to back.
Yeah, so he's going to make sure everybody has hold, and then he's going to put one hand on top of each of them, just so they know that one person's hand's gonna be here, and another person, he's gonna put their hand on top of that, so now they can keep count and track of each other, because there are 10 of them and there are 4 of us, and there's no way if one of them like disappears all of a sudden, we're back to square one. So they can at least alert us, and then he will I guess he'll just take the front of the rope and tie it to himself. So he's prepared to go.
Sounds good. You do so and begin the trek back to the estate. Or actually, I'm sorry, Esperise.
Making a teleportation
Thank you,
circle.
sorry. With that, and you guys...
It's a similar, like, floral mandala, but the central image this time has changed. There's, like, a symbol of several deep red good berries that are pasted in the center. So we'll go back to Samson's place.
That's adorable. I love it. You do so. If you guys kind of wander off the path, I think it would be fairly impossible for anyone in 1 minute to be able to recognize, to be able to find you within a minute. They might start searching, but the entrance is so high up on the cliff, I don't feel like they would be able to tell that quickly. They're so preoccupied with what's going on up there, they're not even thinking about what's happening down where you guys are. Not that you guys know that. Sweet. You guys, there's a tenseness because of the commotion, but because of that, you guys take precautions regardless.
Ludin just jumps in between, like, making sure all the kids are keeping track of each other and then staring at me.
Exactly.
Ferrari keeps looking back to see if she can get a glimpse of her friends. Maybe a giant ape. We don't know.
So high up. All you can hear are the clangings of swords and screaming. Speaking of which, let's switch over to Akron and Samson for a moment here. All right. So, Samson and Akron. Your hearts are pounding in your chest. You run and run, pushing your bodies to their breaking point. Each breath stretches your lungs further past its limits. Your bodies are screaming, begging for rest. The fight or flight has taken over. Branches swipe at your face, and you keep running long after the shouts and cries die down from behind you. And I think it would be fair to say that you both gain 1 level of exhaustion from this. At some point, when you feel far enough away, you both just collapse. Akron, about 30 feet ahead of you, you look back and you see Samson. You both are panting hard, the adrenaline's still fresh, a cold sweat breaking out as your body desperately tries to cool itself back down. If there's anything that you two would like to say to one another as you make your way back to Samson's estate, you may also do so now.
I'm actually on 2 levels of exhaustion at this point. So Samson is going, if we find a moment of respite, I'm imagining someplace with a small lake, perhaps, or a puddle or a river or something like that.
Find a stream with smoothed rocks that kind of gurgle and bubble down.
If we feel good, Samson's going to literally just, as he takes a second point of exhaustion, like just fall to his knees and like end up on all fours, leaning over, heavily panting and breathing.
Yeah, seeing this, Akron's gonna go up to him, be like, hey, you need a minute? Do we have a minute? And he's just glancing around. He keeps looking back from where we just ran.
Yeah, I think we got just a few. I don't think they're gonna. I think we're good now. Can we? I haven't been sleeping well. Can we take just a few?
Yeah. Hearing this, he's Eckard's gonna nod and he's gonna begin casting a tiny hut.
We position it in such a way that it's adjacent to the water because that's important for what I'm going to do next. But that we do that.
Yeah. So yeah, he casts the hut. Again, vines spring up and everything's made out of plants and various barks and trees and vines and stuff. He conjures up a couple of chairs for us. And he'll slide one over to Samson, and he'll kind of plop down and just kind of.
I'm gonna start casting a spell. I'm gonna start drawing in the water. I'll take as the river and the water flows underneath the tiny hut. I'm gonna start tracing symbols in the water as it flows underneath us. In Akron, you would see underneath it starts to glow this little bit of like purplish sort of magic as I begin to cast scry. And as I do that, I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna look at Akron and say, "All right, that was much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. You did so good, Akron. Well done."
Yeah. Well, didn't really have a choice when you're put into a situation like that. You threw a knife at Elrix's.
I know, it was crazy, right?
Yeah.
It worked really well, I thought.
How do you two know each other?
Elrixis? See, and then he slaps the water, and as it does, that purple energy comes up in every single little droplet. And years ago, from on the material plane, she's the one who had me sent back. She's the reason for my banishment. Come to find out, it was really just her and her trickery, and she didn't have any authority to even do so. She's a liar, and she's deceitful. She's cruel. She's the one who banished me in the first place.
Why'd she banish you?
Isn't that the magic question? And then I'm gonna, if I have a bag, if I still have my wine on me, because I always have wine, I share it with Akron, because that's what Samson, how he lives his life. He says, "Look, honestly, that is the question, is it not? Like everyone, I want to know that. Samir wants to know that. Everybody does. We don't know exactly why me now. I think it might have been the V's fault, but we're not sure. Believe that. But I was delivering a package when they took me. I was walking. You know the river bends by that orchard near Elrix's castle. The big one,
Yeah.
So I was walking that way when the centaurs came running out, and then they just took me. I was knocked out seconds after it happened, and they just drug me off, and then I was gone."
Can I make an insight check on that?
I guess.
Sure.
I think the common trait that we're really seeing through humans in this campaign is that
It's 15.
Samson's not lying here.
Okay.
So that's what happened. That's what happened that day. Some guards came to get him, and this is not completely uncommon. I think Akron will know that sometimes guards just take people. You don't know exactly why or what. That's what happened here.
Oh, yeah, it just seems strange. Like, she seemed to, like, know you. As if you
Well,
had
like from
some sort of
before?
history. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a lot. Look, Akron. Lots of people know me. Like, I'm pretty famous, in general. So I know.
I wasn't aware I was in the presence of a celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, you see me walk around with Samir. Everyone knows Samir. So like, by association,
By
it's like,
association. Of course.
yeah. It's like Samir was like Will Ferrell on SNL, and then like I got on the show too, and so now we're buddies, and now he knows me, and all of a sudden I'm also famous. So
I see.
I'm starting to get this. I want to circle back around. It seemed like you mentioned that you felt helpless. Did things not go the way you thought they would when we were going to distract the queen, or distract the usurper queen?
I didn't expect a direct confrontation. And he'll kind of pull out the pipes of the sewers and kind of twirl them around his fingers. He said, "The plan was rats, Samson."
Can I be honest with you?
I hope so.
I wish we had done the rats too. When I saw her there, it was like everything came up all at once. Everything she'd taken from me, and I don't know, I just got a little bit emotional, Someone takes that much from you. I'm sorry about that. But then I'm almost done with my scrying spell, but I'm gonna probably take a few sticks and stick them in the ground where it was, make kind of like a pentagram shape there. As I get ready to finish casting the spell, I'm gonna reach over and like tap Akron on the shoulder and give him a little squeeze and say, You fought very bravely, and I would not have made it out without you.
I wouldn't have made it out without you. That the arborist was a clever trick.
I thought it went absolutely fantastic.
I mean, all things considered, we're both alive, and hopefully, and he looks down at the scrying spell. He says, hopefully the others are too.
Yeah, well, no, I'll know in just a second.
Do you know about, like, that Elrixis was the one that banished you and all that other stuff?
No. Why would I tell them that?
Does the queen know?
I think so. She might not. I don't know. It's not really important. Look, my personal revenge story is not really for everyone else, but I owe you my life, Akron. You get to know everything about me if you want. Now, to be fair, you owe me yours too. So.
Oh, well, I don't have quite as many stories to tell as the great and famous Samson Martis, but
I'm sure they're interesting nonetheless. I'd love to hear them. Look, let's see if our dear queen is okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Scry on Prey. See where she's at.
So
make sure she's alive and
that's a wisdom save, I believe, for Prey. Right?
I think you can choose to fail it, can't you?
If she feels it.
He doesn't know what the source is. It doesn't say Samson Martis attempting a scry. It says somebody's looking for you.
Incoming
Samson Martis is in the waiting room. Would you let him into the Zoom call, please?
We're working on our circle, and we're going, somebody might be watching us. Somebody might be watching us. And then Prey starts to feel somebody is watching me.
You get
Samson's
to make
ringtone.
Yeah, you get to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to say that I'm familiar with you. So you can make a wisdom saving throw -5.
All right.
Because like I think we're definitely not secondhand people. We're for sure at least firsthand, and I'd say we're familiar. Like,
what would Samson Martis's ringtone? Like, what would his I want to
I've become so numb with you.
Oh my god.
Or some sort of evanescence song, yes.
Okay, so she rolled a 9. So in her head, just the saddest punk rock, someone's in the rain singing song is in her head. I was like, oh, Samson, yes, I accept the charges.
So Akron, you look over as Samson finishes casting the spell, and the water, the ripples that we're going through, all disappear. It's like glass where this river is running here in this tiny hut with all of our little Groot lights looking around. And you look down, and Samson can see it, and I'm going to say that you can see it too as we get like a little window on our dear Praeria. What do we see, Lauren?
What do we see, Praeria, as you are all walking back? We'll say that you can see.
It took 10 minutes for me to cast this, so if they teleported,
they're already teleported. You would be at the estate. So what are you doing at the estate at this area?
She's finding beds for all of her family and seeing to their wounds, and I guess talking with if there are any soldiers around to see like what's going on the rest of the war front.
Well, yeah, we'll say that you're helping Losum because there will be another conversation. Because Losum has prepared stuff for you for your family.
Cool.
So we'll say you're speaking with Losum and he's giving direction and stuff and so forth. Yes, but you do see Praeria, and yeah, her family.
They made it.
Yeah, thank goodness. Everybody looks to be in one piece.
I'm gonna grab him by the face. I'm gonna kiss him on the forehead and throw him away and just smile, giddy, very, very, very thrilled. There's like even in the exhaustion, there's just like a little bit of a lightning bolt that runs through him, finding out that they're alive and they made it and they're okay. That was so difficult, Akron. I'm so very proud of us. I'm very proud of you. That was something Fallon and I would have done way back when.
Definitely the hardest thing I've had to do recently. Definitely one of the scariest things I've ever done.
Hey, look at it this way. In a week, you won't be able to say that anymore because there's so many more scary things you're gonna get to do. Yeah? Look, we're gonna have to go and kill her later. We just ran away this time. So it's gonna be great. Did you see she had a key around her neck? I think those are the ones we gotta get to open up the area downstairs.
No, I didn't notice the key, but too busy being shocked and scared for my life. But I'll take your word for it. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a key. Kill her eventually. Yeah. I mean, look, if it goes as well as this encounter did, then we should have nothing to worry about, right?
I think if it goes as well as this encounter, we'll all die. But we'll do much better next time. We know who we're up against now. We know what the warden can do. The warden might not be there, but we know what the hag can do now. We know what the Elrixis is like, and I've got some friends who can help us out. So, plus I won't be so damn tired. Can't get any sleep these days.
Nightmares?
Perpetually. But this is new. So, something about ever since I think ever since Prey and Finn went down into that tree, I've been having trouble. So
that dreamscape thing, right?
Yup.
What, you think you brought something back with you?
Seems impossible, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a Feywild. Anything's possible.
I think I might just have PTSD.
It did say somebody had to make a choice, if I remember correctly.
So.
Hang on.
But now I'm extremely tired and my speed is halved. So it may be best if we fly away from here.
I've got a horse.
I could be a horse.
You could be a horse, but you'd still be tired, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would be.
So how about you just ride mine?
If you say so.
I feel like
All right.
I had a thing, but I'm not seeing it.
Don't you have that ethereal steed? I saw you and Luton ride off to his house with it.
Yeah, no, not that.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to do that. That would have been no fun.
I think that is what he's doing, but he's looking for something else right now.
So,
yeah, I conjure a steed. I'm assuming like we're standing and like doing the scry spell and everything. The two chairs that I conjured up earlier kind of like come together, and the four legs of the chairs turn into like they kind of start fusing together and turn into horse legs, and the seats of the chairs, they begin to like lift and expand and grow like a shrubbery and turn into the body, and then like the backs of the chairs, they kind of fold into each other and turn into the tail, and now we have a horse.
love that description so much.
It was so good. I
It
loved
was
it.
so good.
It's so great.
I want to imagine Samson sitting on one of the chairs while this is happening, so he just ends up being on top of the horse.
Can Samson just be humming like like bibbidi bobbidi boom the entire time?
I do so. No doubt. I let Akron drive. I sit behind him. I wrap him around the stomach and I doze off halfway through, laying on the back of his shoulder as he sends us home back to the estate. I'm so tired, y'all. I got 2 levels of exhaustion. This has never happened to a character of mine, ever.
He's all took it out. Look. We had a rough day. All right.
We did. Rough time.
You both begin making your way back on this steed now. The rest of the group, you arrive in a flourish. What does it look like arriving in front of?
It's that same pale green aurora borealis that has started to accompany a lot of her spell casting, rises up from the flowers, kind of almost swallows you in this light greenish mist. It's that staticky light rain feeling that moves through you and buzzes all over like your whole body is asleep, and then you can shiver and step out of it. It feels a little nice. Your muscles feel relaxed, but it's not an altogether perfectly pleasant experience. It smells good, though. Always smells good.
The magic dies down, and you find yourself on that pathway, probably about 30, 50 feet away from the entrance of Samson's estate. You see Samir speaking with Losum, and his attention pulls to you all as you arrive. You see Avriel, his arms crossed, pacing back and forth, his tongue rolling behind his teeth as he paces, and he freezes as he sees you, Esperise, and his shoulders relax, and just a wash of relief just cascades over his features, and he walks up very quickly up to you and just kind of pulls you into a big hug, exhaling loudly as his stress just kind of melts away.
I'm gonna hug him back with more enthusiasm than Esperise usually displays for anything. Just arms around his neck and squeeze and... Okay.
And he's just smiling. He's so happy to see that you're okay, and he looks around. He sees Prayaria's family. They're blindfolded and they're tied up to Luden, and he just looks at you and he goes, "I'm sure that'll have an explanation in a moment."
Absolutely makes sense. Is everyone back? Do we want to have a meeting now? Do we want to Prayaria? What step would we take?
We're missing. Where's Samson and Akron?
They're on their way.
Yeah.
And Ludin like says that, but his eyes are like not even here right now. No, any insight check above like a 2 shows that Ludin is not like here.
He also doesn't know that we're okay, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
100%. Like he's thinking back to literally 3 episodes ago when we left Akron, or when we almost left Akron and he went down. That's where he is right now.
Right,
but he
then,
says that.
I will take my family and get them settled. We will wait to hear from Samson and Akron. We will discuss with Losum and prepare to move out.
Samir just kind of looks over at Losin, and they both kind of nod to one another, nod to you, and kind of an unspoken agreement. And Losum speaks up. He goes, "It would be my pleasure and honor to escort your family to their room." And he kind of bows his head to you, Praeria. "I had them prepared for your arrival. While this is not my home, I do hope that Samson does not mind me taking.
Thank you, my friend. I'm sure Samson can let us know what he thinks once he's here."
Ludin will untie himself and hand the rope to Losum.
Okay.
And he's going to take all of his arrows, one from each of them, so that they don't like accidentally stab one of these Fey people and hurt them. And then he's going to head back somewhat, maybe like 30 or 100 feet back into the forest in the direction of the prison. And he's going to try and climb a tree and sit up at the tree and just look.
Okay. And I'm guessing that it would have been explained to Losum why everyone's blindfolded, so that he's very well aware of how to deal with them. We could just skip through that, of course, for now.
We had that talk.
Okay, because he's just holding a rope with people blindfolded. He's very confused. But he will, with you, Praeria, you following in, he will take you both, or he will take you and your family into the house, and he will escort each of them to some rooms. About 30 minutes to an hour, Samson and Akron.
Could I do something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Esprie's had a very similar idea to Ludin. She was going to try to find, like, whatever side of the building, if there's like a balcony or a turret or something where you can sit out on the roof and look out over the forest in the direction. She was going to ask Finlay, do you want to watch out with me for them?
Yeah, I think that would be best. That way Ludin has backup if anything else comes this way. But I think Samson and Akron are definitely going to come, right? I think so, right?
Yes.
Because, I mean, how much time should we give it before we go after them?
I'm going to, while I'm talking to Finn, be like, because I'm imagining like there's ivy or something growing up the walls, like I'm hovering down and I'm just kind of giving, I know you're an excellent climber, but making sure you don't fall off the wall as we're making our way up the outside, up onto the roof. And Esprie's is just going to keep talking in a comforting way of just like, well, if we're this distance from the prison.
Maybe like an hour?
Yeah, if they're moving 3 miles per hour, depending on the Feywild, it's something like an hour, maybe a little longer.
And you could like teleport us back there if we need to, right?
Yes, but then I wouldn't be able to teleport us back out of there. No, I could. I would be able to get us back and forth and then back here, but we won't need to do that. We'll be keeping an eye.
Okay.
So you guys are on the roof?
Yes.
As you're
kind of going to push me off.
As you're kind of waiting on the roof, you feel a very cold breeze kind of moving behind both of you, and you get the sense that you're being watched.
Is there anything to hold on to?
Yeah, there's like a, we'll say there's like a metal, you've seen those fancy home, like, I think almost like I forget the name of the house, but like they have like metal, almost looks like a metal fence on top of the roof or whatever. It kind of lines it. I'm trying to think of like gables, I think. Anyways, you know what I mean. It's kind of lined, so you can probably sit there and kind of like lean your head on it.
It's gonna like hold on to it. Be like, I don't want to alarm you, Reese, but there's a ghost with us right now. I felt him before we left. Yeah. I think he's like really close with Samson because he doesn't like me at all.
Okay. Reese is going to look around for the ghost. Is there any sign of ghost present other than it was cold on the roof a second ago?
You look around. I know we kind of like went out there for a second. We had a hiccup.
Oh.
You look around. You don't see anything as you kind of just observe. You feel that kind of coldness chilling down the back of your spine, and you think for a moment that you might see something out of the, like a shape out of the corner of your eye, and you look, but you don't see anything.
Well, Ghost, Mr. Ghost, Mrs. Ghost, if you are here, we are watching and awaiting Samson's return, so if you would like to wait with us.
Samson, who we love very, very much, so you probably shouldn't push me off this roof, please.
That's why we're watching and waiting for him, if you would like to wait with us.
Feel
Please
free.
don't push us off the roof. Thank you. And I'm gonna put my arm around Finn's shoulder in a way that kind of like, if he does get pushed off the roof, I could try to catch him, but also just comforting him. And we'll wait there.
I don't think of what Thalon would do.
Make a save.
Saving throw.
He pushes you both.
Make a dex save for me, Finn.
Ah! I knew it.
Can I give him assistance because I'm holding him?
Sure.
No, you make one too.
I have wings. I don't think that one's that dumb.
Oh wait, you're assisting me? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. So that's.
I feel like it's not that Thalon hates Finn; it's the house hates Finn, is what it is.
Ooh.
Thalon's just super judgy.
Okay. 12.
That's with advantage?
Yes.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm not rolling well tonight.
You just kind of hold on, and Esperise just kind of glances back. You think things are fine, and then out of nowhere, a rock comes out of nowhere and just lobs you right in the head, Finn. And you take you take 2 bludgeoning damage, just right in the back of your head.
I told you the ghost doesn't like me. Ow.
Be fair to the ghost. We did throw a candle at that woman's head once that was very similar to this.
The ghost didn't know that, so there's no being fair to the ghost.
Okay. I'll talk to Samson about the ghost.
I don't think. Oh.
All right, so
Throw the rock off the roof.
it's got an angry face on it. Just like
written in Sharpie.
Yeah, just like an angry face. All right. So about an hour, we'll say, passes.
At some point, I have my I forgot that I have my speed dial thing for sending. At some point, like after we realize that they're safe and we've done our scry and they're all back there, and I realize that we're going to be a while, I'm gonna speed dial Praeria and let her know that we are safe. All I say is like, "Hey, it's Samson. We're safe. We're on our way back. We're trying to be dramatic though, so don't tell anyone."
Can she respond?
Yes.
As
25 words or less.
I mean, everyone is very worried about you. Will you be here soon?
I can only do it once a day. but I would have included that like we'll be there within an hour.
But they want to make it dramatic.
In my first, but we want to be dramatic about it.
Right.
So.
I feel like an hour passes and Finn stands up and he's like, all right, Esperis, let's get going. Let's get looting and just head on out.
Ludin would have seen y'all or heard y'all way further in advance. I got my passes with 23 and I'm just looking. Unless are y'all trying to sneak?
No, we're going, let's go.
No, I'm talking about Akron and Ricky.
I don't think they're trying
high
to
up in a
sneak.
tree.
They're barreling down on a magical vine horse.
Look, so Akron, there's a secret tunnel that we can get into. We could actually come up in the kitchen.
Secret tunnel.
Oh my god.
We could, if you wanted, we could sneak in. We could sneak in through the tunnel.
In the back door.
When Finn said, okay, we gotta go, I sent a message to Freya. They're not back yet. Finn and I and Ludin and I are going to head back to the prison to go retrieve them.
We're gonna kill that witch.
Dude, I mean, we don't have to do that. We could also just walk up. Like, what do you think, Akron?
Can I respond to Esperis?
Secret entrance.
We don't have to take the secret tunnel, Akron or Samson. I think
just walk up.
They'll be looking for us. Yeah.
It'll be far more heroic this way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Here. Since you're like laying on my back, I'll kind of like elbow you to like sit up straight. There we go. All right. Now we look knightly, as it were.
I give a little like a little minor illusion to look like our hair is waving.
Oh yeah.
In the wind.
I try to bloom up the horse a little bit so it looks extra flowery and lovely.
If 23 passive perception, Ludin heard the entire
Yes.
Ludin sees and hears all of this stuff as they're talking and going. And he was like, his whole like nerves and everything just drops. He gets out of the tree and just starts walking back towards the estate, like not even caring anymore. He's going back to one of the rooms, and he's about to start checking out his magical items that he got. Wait,
Ludin, come back!
We're going. What is this? What is this bastard? Is he Idris Elba from Asgard? Like,
bro, Heimdall.
I have sharpshooter with the passes of a 23, and I am actively looking for an hour.
Looting my house. All right, I get that. Cool.
If he needs to, he could have used his nat 20 of the day to get a 33 on his perception.
It would have been. I think it would have been a 34, but yeah.
All those conversations would have happened. We were like half a mile out, so like we would have just rolled up. We would have rolled up.
Yeah,
we would have rolled up, just looking heroic as fuck.
Exactly.
Cool.
You all see coming over the mountain like in a Disney movie. Very much. Oh no, I'm sorry. More like the Shrek 2 movie where the prince's hair is just like blowing luxuriously. The horse is like trotting like it's in dressage, up and down. Its hooves just kind of prancing as they're bouncing on this steed, and the perpetual sunset begins to kind of crest over their skulls and crown, and they are dramatic and over the top as they begin trotting down the pathway up to the front of the house. You all see them.
Ludin coming out first, and I look kind of concerned, but then I see the trotting horse afterwards, and Esperis just like floats 10 feet in the air and goes,
Ludin screams, "Don't encourage them."
Here! They're here!
The horse starts to gallop, and our hair is all flowing. Everything is
Samson
beautiful.
passes out.
Little
and falls off the
rosebuds
back.
and little flower petals and dandelions start flowing off behind him as we run. It's amazing.
Samson, make a con save.
I fall off the horse, crack my head open.
It's like, oh.
Ferrari's just like leaning against the front door, just like shaking her head.
Finn's gonna slide on down and start running towards him.
Finn runs towards you.
Yeah.
Finn tackles a horse.
we gallop forward, and just as we get like within like 5 or 10 feet, like the horse like kind of like not falls apart, but like kind of comes apart, but in a more
like you slide off
like
of
like
it,
like a purposeful way.
Like you're,
like
it's
a
almost
purpose.
like
It doesn't
walking
like
onto it.
yeah. And we gracefully dismount as it just turns back into foliage and like rejoins the earth, and we just hop up and we're like.
I'm still leaning on Akron. So
Finn's gonna take a running leap and jump on both of you and hug you.
Samson falls over immediately.
I get to the ground.
You're alive. I mean, wait, is Samson alive? Are you okay, Samson?
No, I'm very tired. I've just been tackled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, come on.
He'll be all right.
I take Finn's hand and stand up. Almost fall over the wrong way.
I float gently down through the roof and said, "This is why the ghost doesn't like you. It's because you almost killed him just now."
I mean, I didn't mean to. I almost
rock.
killed him with my love.
Another rock comes in.
More importantly, all of you are okay.
Yes, where's the queen?
And her family and
She just waves from the doorway.
She's over there.
Yeah, Lou's just standing there in the doorway of prey, just arms crossed, just looking at this spectacle that they've created.
All 27 of her siblings, all 30-something. We appear to all be all right. We're still checking out the eye situation, but...
The eyes? Yeah. Well, can we meet everyone?
If we get them inside the house should protect them. It's got those sorts of wards.
Losum led them to their rooms.
Okay, they should be good too. If they still have blindfolds, they ought to be fine now.
Actually, everyone, we should probably look at this stuff before I take it in your house. And Ludin will start just putting all of his little...
Ludin's goodies.
We had quite the adventure, and we should look at all of these things. Can we say that we recount the story on both sides, or like how does that work?
Can we do this over like a rest?
Samir will like he emerges from the front door next to Prayaria, and he just smirks at you, Samson, and he walks up to all of you, and he goes, "Good to see you back, all of you. Pretty impressive. We do need a full report to what happened to estimate our timeline, and we have some news as well. We should reconvene as soon as possible. So when you're done out here, meet us in the study." And you all do notice, as you all arrived, there are way more soldiers here now. Like double to triple the amount.
Wow, your army's growing bigger, Prey.
Well, this is new.
Where did they all come from?
I take it Samir could tell us.
I figure that'll be a part of the conversation in the future, but...
We will have the conversation.
Guys, there is some creepy stuff, right?
Yeah, wait. Asbury seems like giddy in a way that she hasn't been. Akron, do you know, does Avriel like loot? Because I'm thinking we can open it like a holiday morning all together here, whatever it is you have here, Ludin.
Ludin's slowly putting his hand inside and starting to pull out the stuff.
Akron didn't. I'm going to assume, Akron, that he likes stuff, even though you don't answer my question.
Wait. Whose birthday is next?
Wait, what was the question?
Does Avriel like loot? Does he like stuff?
Does Avriel like Christmas? Like,
yeah, of course. Gifts? Yeah.
Second thing is out. It's gonna keep going.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Dogs away, and she'll come back in a little bit with Avriel
Can we say that we exchange the stories like between Akron and what happened in Akron's story?
You're all synced up.
Yeah, and if you don't know what it is, you're new here. There's a previous episode. Go check it out. That's what happened. It was great.
Check out the recap at the very beginning of this
episode. There's also a recap.
There's also
that'll work.
There's a recap. We'll check that out. So this bag of stuff. Where did you find this, Ludin? As I assume Esprit and Avriel coming back in the near moments?
In the witch's lair.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do we feel good about making her more angry and also taking what is no doubt cursed stuff?
Well, Praeria can show us how cursed it is, one. And the second thing is, if she had it, do we want her to have it?
Exactly. And she's going to be angry either way. So we might as well
That's a
have
good
her
point.
stuff.
And
That's a
who
good
knows?
Good point.
I might get super strong from drinking, and he'll pick up one of the potions. This
do
might
not
be the key to everything.
Or you might die.
You
Or you could turn
takes
into
that.
a clump of hair.
Okay,
Like the one we
then
saw in the cage.
Stop guessing. But guys, this could be it. This could
But
be or
hey,
this one.
I like your
or this.
spirit. Luden, let's roll those dice.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Pops
Just
open
drink
a
it.
quart.
Just
You
drink
know
it
how
now.
we have all of the pie that can turn us into gelatinous cubes? You think can we bake with this little? If this one just turn you into a little hairy eyeball, we could make it into a pie. Maybe.
Hey, Prey, what does this do? And Luden will just start handing Prey magical things. He will hold
Just
back
looking into the void.
the
Like
book.
we just barely escaped death, and now we are trying to die again.
So, Luden, as you I'll go over what you procured. You do have the book, of course, but you hold on to that. You begin pulling objects out. You pull out 3 different potions. You're not sure of what. They all look to be different shaped bottles, different colors, different colored liquid inside. One looks a bit thick and gloopy. One looks a little bit more viscous, maybe like maple syrup, but green. And then the third kind of shifts to dark red, to blue, and then to black. You also pull out a necklace. It looks like a choker. It is a black choker with kind of like spiky
Barbs?
like not barbs, but like the design looks very spiky and dark, very very gothic. It's very gothic like. And there's a red jewel at the center of the necklace. You also do you want?
Yeah.
You pull it out.
I'm pulling that one out.
I
that
told you.
weird thing is not going to stay inside of my bag of holding.
You also, as you kind of reach down, pulling it out, and you look at it, you also pull out a small doll with a fractured face, doesn't have any eyes, completely pitless. At one point, you see kind of like a spider crawl out one of the cracks on the head and the eyes. The hair is all but gone, save for a few thin strands. Its shoulders are too wide and warped unnaturally. It wears dirty, tattered clothes, a linen dress with fringes at the bottom. And the holes, if you've ever seen a doll without hair, there are holes all along the skull. You see where all of those holes are, with the very thin bits of strands of hair that is still connected, very gray and wiry. And you get the sense that it's staring at you.
This doll, and he will, like, as he gets the sense, like, as he pulls it out that it's staring at him, he's just gonna turn it around and make it look at Finn and not him, and set it down, like, opposite of him.
Why did you take that?
And there's all this.
Don't make it look at me.
We were in a rush, okay? I just took stuff.
Okay, even in like a rush, I wouldn't
It's
look
magical.
at that and be like, "Oh, I'm definitely taking that weird doll with no eyes."
Finn, and that's why you don't know if we can win the war with this. This might be the key.
This is gonna be the key. This
everything
right here.
might be the
It's
key.
probably not. There's
Who
no
knows
way.
though? Who knows?
Most
Praeria
people
can show us. Yeah.
Most people know. That's fine.
Yeah, most people know. Okay, whatever. Pray, what's the doll first? That's what everybody wants to know, apparently. What's the doll?
Okay.
The doll is cursed. That's what the doll is.
Reaches out and just like gingerly holding it by one of its little hands. It's like, okay. Oh,
No.
Maybe we could rehabilitate it. Gwyn could
I am not giving this to
We,
Gwen.
Esprit, we love Gwen. We don't give Gwen things like this.
After, repainting and 3 hair.
It's
Oh,
magical.
we could put like hair
I
back
know
in
that.
it.
I
It's
have
so nice.
thousands of gold pieces in my account right now. We'll just buy her a new toy.
It's
Now
magical.
begins the blood magic to identify whatever the hell this doll.
First, I need Christian to make a wisdom save for me, please.
Oh no.
Shocker.
You guys say this like I knew there was a doll.
+3.
Forehead.
+3.
All right, wisdom
Well,
save.
yeah, Akron's here, and we all feel
Akron's here. Don't worry, guys. It's all good. I'm here.
Love,
I
and
am
joy
here.
comes into your heart because
Nine.
+3.
That's with the +3?
Yeah, and that y'all know that is my lowest stat by far.
Bardic
Luden,
inspiration.
as Praeria, as you begin to hand it off, and as Praeria takes the hand, and the doll kind of dangles, looking back at you. You can't give that to Praeria. It has to be
He
protected.
takes.
It's safe.
He takes it.
No,
back.
not again.
It's like the plane.
He puts the doll inside the bag. And he's like, you know what? You guys are right. Let's just not even worry about it. I'll get rid of it later.
What do you mean you'll get rid of it later?
I'll get rid of it later.
You
I'll
have
just hold this bag.
you have an urge to get a brush and brush its hair as well.
So Luda will be like, I'll be right back. You guys take care of this. And Luden's gonna start just walking off to go find a brush.
This
Why would
cursed
you do
ass
this to us
motherfucker.
again?
What are we gonna do with it?
What, the creepy doll head?
Yeah, you just shoved it back in his bag. Should we look inside Luden's bag? He's gone.
I have the bag.
Look, Luden will be fine. The doll's probably not going to possess him today. So it's probably going to be all right.
Is this something we
Aria's
should
having
deal with
flashbacks
now?
to the plate and hearing Kill Bill sirens in her head.
What else is in the bag?
Well, he took the bag with him.
No, he
Yeah.
took everything out, didn't you?
Yeah, he
I
took
took-
everything
I
out.
took out
and he
3
put-
for the
potions,
baby head,
except
yeah.
the baby, the
We have
baby
a
doll
witch's book,
and the witch's book. I have the witch's book. I have both of those.
So so what's remaining? You see the choker, you see the 3 potions. That's
Let's-
what
I'm
you
let's
fast,
identify-
so y'all. Just know that I'm running.
If we can, let's look at that red and black potion. See if it's, I don't know, like a potion of speed or something. Be
Okay, I'm back.
great.
What did you go get?
I needed something. His hand is inside the bag. He's not saying anything. One hand is empty, and the other hand's just in
It's
the
a bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
That's not very good for your the skin.
Yeah, you can't keep your hand shoved in a bag of holding.
Is
Yeah,
there
why
something
not?
else in there that you
Why not?
stole?
I'm trying to remember other things that might be in there, guys.
Well, yeah, but it's
Oh.
connected to a demiplane that doesn't have any oxygen. You're going to get very dry and cracks on your hands.
What if something bites you on
you
the
have
other
lotion.
side?
I can put on some lotion.
I have lotion. Oh,
It'll be fine.
Okay.
A magical lubriderm, guys. It's fine.
Well, we're looking at the potions right now.
All right. Show me the potions.
All right. Which so you're identifying one of them?
yeah, the black and red one.
All right. Are you casting identify, or are you just taking the time to look at it?
Casting, I suppose?
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got
The
a short rest by now, right?
yeah, definitely. If you need to take any like short rest die and all that stuff, you can go ahead and do so. Looking at the red, black, the one that is changing colors, it appears to be a potion of resistance.
Okay.
To what?
Resistant, yeah, like just in general. Am I just this is no damage? I don't want it.
Alright, so
Like, I believe identify usually tells you how it works and what it is exactly.
You it will get
Typically.
because it's shifting. it will give you resistance to a random.
Oh.
But you'll have to roll for it.
Give that to frontliners, maybe.
There's a decent chance it won't do anything.
But it could.
It could do something.
What?
It's okay.
We don't know, but it's something.
It's not the key, but we might find it.
Here, Akron, do you want it?
In there?
Don't do it like that.
You take the bag out of your lap.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, stop.
He's like, what are you talking about? Looted. Like, what are you talking
Terms of
about?
service, looted. You can't do it like that.
Do what, guys? I'm not doing anything.
Luden, we're just concerned.
Can I try and peek in the bag?
Sure, you can attempt to. I don't know how he's gonna react.
It's just Luden and his baby doll and his lotion and the bag hold.
All the things you need to be happy.
I can help you find the stuff in there since you look like you're having a hard time.
Nah, I'm good, Finn. You wouldn't know because you were busy focusing on, dispelling the magic and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I was doing that a whole lot.
Yeah, you were doing that a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks at Samson. Yeah.
Finn, you pick the next one. We have a necklace and 2 potions.
Potion number 2.
All right.
Yeah. I'll do the green one.
Akron!
Yes.
Thank you. You picked the next one. It took you a second to notice I was calling your name. That's why I said it so many times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Finn was picking the next one.
Yes, but after. Oh, I thought it was after Finn.
We only have 3, don't we?
Potion.
Sorry.
Well, I picked the green one. I think we should figure out what the green one is.
Okay, what does the green one do?
The green one?
I don't know.
All right, so you're looking at the green one?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You take some time to kind of look at it. You get the sense as you kind of like look at the stopper, it kind of sizzles at the top. If you drink it, you are going to take damage and you're going to fall asleep. However, when you wake up, you will have spider climb. You will be classed. You can use the amorphous properties, and acid body. You'll have an acidic body, so when something hits you, they will take damage. Your old racial traits will stay. Your skin will turn that kind of light green, and you will be partially see-through.
For how long?
3d6 days.
Oh, that's different.
I like
that's
that.
Do you want to be slime?
That's me.
You retain your racial traits, but you will be more gelatinous. You remember that scene from X-Men, the original X-Men, where like he turns into like they're trying to hold his hand and he turns kind of like into like a slimy, kind of like that.
See.
Ooh, or like in Sky High, the one kid who could only be a puddle.
Yes, essentially. But you'll have spider climb. You'll have an amorphous body. You can fit through any surface that's 1 inch or larger.
It's like 3 days worth of pie.
Touching your body corrodes any weapon, making it deal only 1/4 the damage it is used to, and deals 3d8 damage, acid damage to anybody who touches it or touches it.
That is like an ultimate stealth mission murderer.
But you will take 4d12 damage on initial.
And fall asleep. So it's like you have to plan to use it beforehand. It's not like
Who wants to be goo?
It's about an hour.
Just
like
keep
you'll
it
be
for
asleep
now.
for
I think
an
we
hour.
should save it. Yeah, there's no need in determining who has it now. We'll just have somebody hold on to it, and
Luden will put it in. He will use his other hand, widen up the bag, take out the other hand, put it in there, and then put his hand back inside.
Does it corrode your weapons when you are ooze? Or does it?
I think it corrodes any weapons. So I don't think it's something that I would want right now. Or I think this is a very, hey, we need this for a very, very specific purpose kind of potion rather than let's do this before battle.
Yeah,
kind of potion.
it's something that like either Samson, Esperis, or Finn would take, because everybody else uses weapons. Because it's going to eat your armor, and it's going to eat your weapons. Like, it's probably best for Esperis. Like, Esperis doesn't wear like anything, just clothes.
I was gonna say, if you give it to me, I'm gonna do something really dumb with it, I'm sure.
Great.
I would like to see
Luda
the dumb
looks
thing.
surprised. Yeah, Luda looks surprised that Finn acknowledges.
That was out of character. No way. That was
Finn never acknowledges
Finn
he's
is
doing dumb
growing
stuff.
and evolving.
Finn would never.
Finn's just like, I could do so many cool pranks with that.
Okay.
Hotspurs absolutely does not want to be slime, but if she ends up the person who has to use it,
I mean, you're really wet all the time anyway, right, Reese? So it's like halfway.
Next potion, please.
Next potion.
The last potion looks to be the gloopy one, the thick one. It looks like a potion, like a potion of haste.
That's
dope.
mine. Then you could save your spell slot.
That was
Yeah.
very easy.
So it's just the regular amount of time as well, 1 minute.
I think it's longer than that. It's a potion of speed, right? Because that's the haste
Speed
one.
or potion of haste?
Isn't that the
I think
same
they're the
thing?
same thing. I think that they are the same thing. Like, I'll go look it up.
A
Like,
potion of speed gave you movement,
Dean.
Potion
Okay,
of haste
then.
gives you haste.
Okay,
No,
well,
I will look it up. I'll get IT on this.
So it looks like a potion of haste, but it looks like somebody added cornstarch to it.
So it's a paste to paste.
There is no such. So I was right. There is no such thing as a potion of haste. There's only a potion of speed, and it's 1 minute, no concentration. Haste.
yeah, so 1 minute.
So it's great.
So he'll put it again, same routine. Still brushing the hair.
What's left of the hair?
Yeah, it's nobody knows. It's all good. So he's just.
So did we
We
ever
can do,
figure out what the doll does?
I don't know,
No,
but we should
why don't
probably
you let
talk
me
about the
see it?
choker a little later. Let's look at the choker.
Yeah, we do have the
thingy.
choker. Let's check
Yeah.
out that.
The choker.
You take a moment to identify that as well. And it looks like a necklace of adaptation.
Like alter self.
So while wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment, and you have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors such as cloud kill, stinking cloud, inhaled poisons, and breath weapons of dragon.
So this would be good against our poisonous friends whenever we meet them.
Again, the X-Men thing, like first class.
Okay. All right. Anybody want that now? I mean, like, that doesn't have magical items. I mean, this is just a buff for now, so somebody can put it on now.
Do you think if I take it that I won't get sick in Samson's house?
Is it breathing on you?
Are you
Makes
getting
sense.
sick in Samson's
for it
house?
than that. Yeah.
It kind of feels poisonous when I walk in there. No
Wow.
offense. No offense. It's just
it was
Are you saying
Maybe
his house
not
is toxic?
Like, jeez, this is a nice house.
okay. Never mind. I don't want it anymore.
maybe
There's nothing wrong with the house. It's just Finn's not my friend, and that's all. So it's
Oh.
fine.
Okay.
I am too your friend.
No, I'm your friend, but
Yeah.
you're not mine. Yeah.
Hey, Finn, and Looted will just take it and throw it to Finn. Put the thing on. Okay. Well, that's most everything, I guess.
Luden.
Yeah.
Luden.
Oh, you're right. The book, and then he will pop out the book onto the ground, and he'll be like, "You're right.
Luden.
Forgot about the book."
we should be touching the book so much directly with our hands.
Book
I mean, I already touched the book once. I had to put it in the bag, so.
Praeria is inching closer to Luden.
And Ludin's inching farther away from Praeria. It's like the book, Prey. Hey, Prey, the book.
Luden,
Oh, yes,
you
it is
hear
very lovely.
you hear a small voice, and you say, "Don't let them take me away."
Oh God.
Ludin's eyes just like open a little wider.
Luden, we love you. We just want to look. You
Uh-huh.
can still hold the doll. We just want to look at the doll.
Do the book first.
Luden, don't run.
I'm not running. He's like taking like many steps back.
Luden, I'm very tired. Just let him look at the doll.
Oh my god! Why does everybody want to look at my doll?
Because
these
it's
are
not
mine.
your doll.
It's
not your
mine.
doll. It's everyone's
mine.
doll.
He runs off.
Okay.
I cast hold person.
Okay.
Then if you can steal,
Cast hold person.
Well,
You're
while this is
about to get
happening, while
You're gonna
cast-
shoot me?
while-
I'm gonna shoot you.
you know what? You're probably
okay,
not.
let's see if you
Well,
make
let's
your
find
save.
out
I
if you
cast
hold-
what is
make your
this?
save.
What is this
because
save?
because I'm curious what's gonna happen as well. Like, let's pause that for just a second. Finn, do you put the necklace on?
We cast Identify on it, right? So we would know if it's cursed. Because Identify tells you if items are cursed and what curses are on them.
And exactly what they do.
Yes.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's explicitly what it's for.
That is what Identify is for.
How many times did you cast Identify? 4 times?
She has 5 spell slots.
It's a ritual spell. Normally it takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's what it's for.
Everything is cursed.
Cool. In
With
what way?
With what?
Just remove curse on all of them.
Identify tells you what the curse does. That is what the spell Identify does.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but let me double check.
I'm 100% sure it does. I'm 100% sure it does.
I took all the cursed items?
Yeah.
She's the queen of hags.
I mean, I didn't know. I just thought maybe she doesn't need to have these things.
That's surprisingly out of character for you, Luden.
I literally said it.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Just grabbing random cursed crap? Yes, it is.
Oh,
If
yeah,
Finn-
cursed. It was magical. It was
All
magical.
I'm saying is, if
does
Finn
not
brought
say anything
a
about-
bag full of cursed crap into the house, you would be berating him for it.
Yeah.
100% I
It
would
does,
be.
it
But
does
nobody's
not-
doing that to me.
It does not say anything about curses.
You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If it was created by a spell, you learn which spell. So if there are any spells
Unless they are non-magically cursed.
like a bestow curse, you learn what it is and what they are.
It's not bestow curse.
So
Okay,
she
so
It's
magic.
So it's a different cursing spell?
it's the items are cursed, but they're not like. They
So
have-
she didn't cast a spell to curse these items.
Yes.
She got skills.
Like that?
Put it on, Finn.
Like
Put it on.
the curse that is attached to each item is not a spell. Does that make sense?
It's a legendary action.
I think what we're hearing is that we don't know what the curse is yet.
We're hearing his DM says no.
That's what we're hearing is these particular curses ain't like that. These are fake curses. This is worse.
These are fake
And
curses.
everything is
Yeah.
bad.
They
maybe
It's a
they
goblin
don't
only
with goblin only sword.
It's they aren't
The goblin only curse. Yes.
they aren't going to have any of the effects that you see on the bestow curse spell.
Oh boy.
We got you. We don't know what these. We know they're cursed.
Okay.
We don't know in what way.
Okay.
So
Okay,
anyways, did my hold person work?
I don't know. What's your spell? What am I spell saving against?
Wisdom save, 16.
I'm gonna be so sad if I have to get rid of my doll. Hat
Why?
22. I run faster. Action surge run now. I'm going super speed.
Well, I don't care that
Yeah.
much. I try.
He'll be fine.
This is in no way going to hurt us later at all.
Finelai, if you can do me just the solidest of favors and
Sure.
acquire that doll from Luden, I believe the house will allow you to not be sick inside.
wait. Is that because you'll claim to be my friend?
No.
Claim to be my
No,
friend?
no. I am your friend. You're a terrible friend to me. So, but if you do this for me, I think the house might relent.
But the house doesn't like me because you
Because you're a
don't
terrible
think
friend.
I'm your
No, because you
friend.
are a terrible friend.
I'm not a terrible friend.
You're an absolutely awful friend. Then.
No, I'm not. I
Then
helped
you know
Ray.
what? Hey,
We have to kill that thing. We have to kill it.
Burn the doll. If you can do that, you get that from Luden, maybe the house will be kinder to you.
Care about the house. I care about you.
I don't make the rules, Fen.
Y'all are so lucky I don't have spell slots, is what Luden's thinking.
Running away.
Running over there.
All right. Well,
So
let me
are
take
we-
a nap first, and then I can get the doll.
Not inside.
So, do you all go inside at this point? At some point?
Are they gonna identify the book?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was like, that's one of the big things that I got out of there.
I feel like as Luden's running away with the doll, hey, don't forget to identify the book.
Does anybody? It is written. I guess it is written in a mix of Abyssal and Sylvan is the Fey language, correct?
We all speak
I
Silver.
speak Sylvan,
It's a
yeah.
mix,
For
It is a
This
mix.
is this entire campaign has been said Sylvan. The entire thing.
It
We
is
never
a
say-
mix,
we never
so
speak tongue.
you when reading it, you would be able to decipher some of it, but not all of it.
I can do Infernal, which
No.
is similar to Abyssal.
I
Pray
have
will send for
Underground.
anyone who might have any knowledge of Abyssal. Maybe like they took an elective in magical high school.
It
Like any wizard.
it is also radiating extremely like burn your eyes, onions, dark magic, necromancy,
Really
and
vibe.
We should send it to Crick. He likes necromancy.
this what is Prayari, you're casting the spell in this book?
Yep, sure.
This is the most evil thing that has ever been in your presence. It is uncomfortable to be in close proximity of it. The cover looks to be sewn together with possibly humanoid flesh. Every now and then you do see, like, there are eyes, they're all closed on the outside of the book, just kind of like dotting the spine, and like kind of like the clasp that holds it together. And if you kind of like poke at one of them, it does squish. So it is like a legit eyeball on the cover of the book. You also, as you kind of like flip the pages, you strands of hair begin to fall out of it and clump on the floor. And the pages themselves are basically made from hair.
That's not practical at all.
I like to imagine that when Luden cast Detect Magic and saw this thing, like he walked in and it was just like, and just said, in the bag, didn't even look at it then, because if it's that bad, holy crap.
Kara's like poking at it with her staff.
With the parts that we can translate just with the knowledge of Sylvan we have, is it a spell book?
Flipping through the pages, because you have to take the time to sit down and read through it. Flipping through the pages, it looks like there. You can definitely tell from like pictures and sketches. There are pictures of ingredients. It definitely looks like arcane imagery of possible spells. Just on initial, just kind of flip through. But it has a lot of bad vibes. Deanna's just like, how unfortunate.
Oh, this is horrific.
So
I can read it when we level up.
are we gonna
Whatever
carry
that
it?
means.
Are we gonna carry it around with us?
We should put it in the house. Put it in the storeroom somewhere where it can be hidden
Secure.
out of
We know-
everybody's eyes.
Do we know anyone, material plane or here, who might be particularly proficient in, I don't know, decursing, cleansing, maybe? That sounds like probably a temple or a church might be able to assist us if we want to use these.
I'd be shocked if Luden didn't know somebody. The Sparrowhawks know all kinds of folks that are kind of built for this sort of thing.
Pretty cursing? Okay.
And there's
I
no
mean,
one. Well, I suppose we are busy enough here. We can wait.
yeah, Kaya knows someone, but for now, I think it's best that we have it and she doesn't.
I mean, I knew someone.
Who?
Crick. I think Crick could read it and decipher it.
Crick can't talk.
Well, yeah, but he can read.
You can talk to Finn.
Yeah, and he can talk to me.
But do you think he'd be able to... I don't know this Crick person, but is he able to make it safe for other people to read?
He has tons of wizards behind him and academics at Niveau Maximum.
Okay. Oh, okay.
If Crick can't do it, someone else can. Well, I mean, at this point, Crick's... Do you think Crick was not exactly in the best shape when we left him?
Oh, he's doing really well now. I saw
think he's
him
hanging
later.
out?
Actually,
Yeah, he had like...
he can talk. They made him a thing.
Yeah, that's right. He has fancy clothes now, and he eats 3 meals a day, and he's doing very well.
Am I imagining things, or could we see his brain through his skull last time we saw him?
We will keep him in consideration
don't
for
think
when
so.
we get back.
I thought he had like I thought he had like exposed esophagus last time.
Yeah,
we saw him.
he's better now.
His throat
chunks,
was
but he's
ripped
fine.
out, but he didn't have exposed brain or anything.
So he's doing. Yes, he's probably fine.
He's got a respirator. He's fine. Right?
Yeah.
He's doing
Sounds like a
great.
smoker.
Yeah.
And he's super smart, especially about
Yeah,
necromancy.
He
you
wasn't-
Know, he quit smoking. He's got a respirator. he's doing
He
better.
didn't get caught up in the mother stuff. If it's not him, it's somebody else. We could probably talk to him too.
I remembered, I believe the final scene with Crick was Crick having a good time in the library with Finn and giving Finn the mayonnaise jar. And he was doing really well at the time. So that's the last we've seen of him.
Yeah,
And I'm
he's
pretty
like
sure
dead.
they'd let me know if something happened to him.
That is not true.
You know, we have a standing PO box where people send us mail about NPCs we have met.
He's like my necromantic grandpa, and I care very much about him, and he's doing amazing.
What's his last name? You know what? Never mind. It's
Crick.
Crick,
It's fine. It's fine.
Savannah.
the cricket. I don't know. So,
Jordan Jordan.
oh my god. So, with that, before you guys make your way back into the study to speak with Samir and the reveal that's going to happen there, let's take our break real quick. And when we come back, we'll find out what big news Samir has to share with the group. And probably has something to do with the increased size of the army. But other than that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around, and we'll see you all in un momento.
New
New Year.
We're back.
And we are back. So, you all... Where did Raina go? Just look over and Raina's gone. All I see is a purple jacket.
She's not back yet. I think the mother of the Rithanalway clan is giving her the chicken that she asked about earlier.
Oh. So, I'll let Raina know that we're back.
There she is.
We're back, Raina.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
So,
My dog would not come back in.
it's fine. You all make your way back into Samson's house. And you make your way into the study, where you do find Samir and Losum. No, just Samir. You find Samir. He's just kind of waiting in the study, kicked back. He's pouring through one of the books that he's grabbed off the shelf. And he sits up and he closes the book and sets it to the side as you all enter. And he stands up and begins walking over to you. And as he does, Losum enters from behind all of you. And he says, Samir, Samson, the last of our allies and the lesser courts have arrived. They await your instruction. I've informed them. But Losum is cut off. as a tall archfey enters behind him. Now, Losum. My court and my troops will answer to no one until Samir proves he has upheld his end of the bargain. Or should I say, I won't command them in his favor should I find myself disappointed.
Ludin's hand goes to his sword, and he's gonna do an insight check on this dude. And that ring of his is gonna bling, so it's a nat 20. What is this dude's deal?
I'll let you know in a moment.
Okay.
You see his purple cloak draped across his armor, swaying gracefully with each step, and he walks with confidence, assurance. He's very handsome, and his expression is sharp as his gaze pierces into Samir. A necklace with a small peach-colored crystal hangs from his neck, and a dim glow radiates from it. His eyes are vibrant and gold and orange, like melted pools of gold. And there's no mistaking him, and he hasn't aged a day, Esperise. This is the same Fae you saw when you gazed deep into the Fae Shard, now tangible in your presence. This is your father. And Samir kind of purses his lips, taking a few steps forward. Always a pleasure, Helianthus. Your personality is always so invigorating. And you watch as Samir kind of nods to a satyr by the far wall, and the satyr returns the gesture and leaves the room. What exactly are you looking for, Ludin? What exactly are you looking for?
When he said, like, against, like, Samir's wishes or anything like that, like, to command them again, Ludin's just trying to check and make sure that this dude is not about to start attacking either Samir or our own troops in any sort of fashion, or to do anything against us.
You get the sense that Samir and him have some sort of bargain, and he's not threatening to attack, but he's threatening that he's just gonna leave. Like, he's not gonna support the cause if he is disappointed. But he's not gonna attack. He's just going to like turn the shoulder and just walk away. He's not going to support you guys at all.
Well, Ludin's hand comes off of his sword, and he'll relax a little bit, because I thought we were about to have to go. I was like, really? Okay.
Can I make some kind of deception check to have as little reaction as possible to Helianthus?
You may, because I imagine this is going. You would need to make a deception check in order to not have the rest of you, the group.
Got a 15 total, because I rolled a 5.
You gonna use your thing?
I don't. What thing?
Don't you have a thing that, like, lets you...
I used to have a thing, but it was for persuasion, not deception. I'm just smiling pleasantly at a far wall.
I want to look at Samir to see it, like, I just want to, like, exchange a look with them and see if he's on board with what this guy just said, or if he's mad. I want to look at Samir, and specifically, I want to know if he's mad at what Helianthus just said, or if this is normal to him. Because I'm new to the situation. We all are. And I've known Samir thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
Is he mad at what Helianthus is saying right now in front of the queen for the first time?
You get the sense, you don't get the sense that he's necessarily mad. I think he's irritated and just... He's a little bit exasperated with this person. Is that enough? Does that kind of answer your question? He doesn't regard him as pleasant.
Well, I guess what I mean is, like, did Samir expect him to come in here?
Yes.
And not and be like wishy-washy like this?
He expected him to be a bit of an ass, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, Ludin would straight up just say, "What deal, Samir?"
Samir just kind of side-eyes you, and he doesn't answer. And Helianthus just kind of looks at you and just kind of, he eyes you up and down, looks at your boots, your dirty boots, and haggity satchel on your back.
Yeah.
And he just, the gaze is very judgmental.
Oh.
And then he looks,
Can I interrupt?
Ooh.
Or no?
well, he's about to talk to you. He's actually about to talk
To-
to you, Samson.
To me?
Mhm.
Okay, then I interrupt. I go up to him and say, Helianthus, it's good to see you again. I go over and I give him a handshake, one of those around the forearm I can. I give him a hug, I kiss him on both cheeks. I say, I'm so glad you have came. I was not sure if you would arrive, but I am thankful that you have, and I assure you that you will not be disappointed, my friend.
He grips your arm very tightly and he goes, "It's good to see you. I heard you were back. Heard she turned you into a demon. Glad to see that you're back to your old self, and good to see that you are home."
You should see the photos. They are absolutely horrid. Like just the worst teeth, horns. I was missing one at some point. Look, you can still see some of the scars from when they chained me up. Isn't it awful?
Perfectly dreadful. Can't imagine being sent to the mortal plane. Especially in that
Horrible.
state.
Horrifying.
He
Not so terrible.
looks at you,
What?
Prey. What did you say? Sorry.
It's not so terrible.
Elianthus, may I introduce to you for the first time? And then I will gesture to Priori. The reason you have come this far with your people.
He kind of bows his head to you, respectfully.
She'll return the gesture.
Pleasure to meet you. Face to face, I've heard quite a bit.
Well, I hope they were good things.
Aye. He walks over to a crystal decanter and kind of pours himself a glass of lavender-colored liquid, kind of swishing his glass, sipping and savoring the bouquet as he kind of eyes you all. And the door to the study opens once more, and you find the satyr escorting a familiar face into the room. Avriel. You watch as he stops abruptly upon seeing his father, and his jaw clenches and his breathing escalates. And he looks at Helianthus with a mixture of disgust and pain. And he shakes his head ever so slightly, and turns only to have the satyr stop him, nodding his head for Avriel to turn back around. And Helianthus pushes himself off, downing his drink before walking over to his son. And Avriel turns his head, avoiding his gaze, chewing on the inside of his cheek, and Helianthus speaks up as he approaches. Now, Avriel, that's no way to greet your general. And step after step, slowly approaching until he's a foot away, and Avriel tenses, kind of exhaling sharply, finally looking his father in the eyes. There's rage, contempt, that you don't need high insight to notice. He is perhaps a nose width away from Avriel, and he speaks in a hushed, kind of commanding tone. We've much to talk about. And Helianthus looks over at you, Akron, with an absolute look of disgust. A look that says, you are beneath me. You are worthless. You are vermin. And looking back at Avriel, he leans back, taking another step. The distance growing. And he speaks louder for you all to hear. You're dismissed, Avriel. And you watch as Avriel stiffly but very quickly leaves the room as if Elianthus is plague-ridden. And Elianthus returns to the decanter, pouring another drink, looking up to Samir. Well done, Samir. You have my attention, and my armies.
All right, what do you want to talk about, Losum?
Losum, it's really more Samir. Losum just kind of steps over to the rest of the kind of the little leadership team. And Samir goes, well, that's what I was wanting to share with you all. We have enough. We have more allies, and hoping that it'll be enough. It has to be enough.
And do all our allies share the same intention of putting Prearia as queen? And he'll look directly at Esperis's dad.
Just to check in real fast, I think the only person here who, I guess if you put together that Avriel is Esperis's brother, then yeah, okay, cool.
Did you say Esperis's? Oh wait, no, that was
No.
okay. I thought you
That was out of character.
Okay.
Oh hey, we just got raided.
Did we get raided?
Hey!
Yeah, Dead Aussie Gamer.
Hey, Dead Gamer! Thanks for the raid.
Thank you.
We just come in on a very tense war room conversation.
Just put your mad faces on.
I'm gonna speak up as Luden is. Luden is ludening. Looking for the truth. I'm gonna look at Luden and say, I believe he just said that we had his armies. Go ahead, Samir. I think this is this the whole of it, or is there more coming?
Samir kind of looks at you, and he says, this is it. We have surprise on our hands now. We need to act quickly.
I found one of the other keys. It was on the mother of hags. We weren't able to kill her though. Akron and I. We were creating distraction. We barely got out with our lives. So I know one is on the mother of hags and one is on Elrixis. I saw them both with my own eyes.
And the important thing is they don't have any of Prearia's family anymore. So she can't really ascend.
That puts us in a great advantage. And as I said, surprise is on our side as of yet. The next 24 to 48 hours are crucial. The Shade Witch will be scrambling to put together her resistance. And we need to move while this surprise is still on our side.
That sounds good to us.
Do you know how many forces she has at the garrison right now? Are all of them there?
Well, she doesn't have a full mobile army at the garrison, but she will be mobilizing the moment that she learns, which she has recently, by what you have all told me. And this is just granted that you've told him everything that's happened, so we don't have to reiterate. She's going to be moving quite quickly. So while the defenses are low, we could move against her estate or her fortress.
Well, let me pitch you something. Are we sure that this is the time when her forces will be weakest? As you can see, the Rithanarwe family is back in the Fae. Are we sure now is the best time when the people still believe she's queen, and rightfully so, and that people still answer to her banners? Are we sure that now is right, or what might happen if the people find out that the Ritanawa family has returned?
You're proposing we sow doubt among the people first.
Yes. I'm suggesting that we let the seeds of hope just be sown throughout the entire Fae. Let them know that the real queen is here.
I don't know who the Fae are as people,
It's
but
everyone.
I would think of, well, I think more, I've only met you and this party, and you guys seem, I don't know, maybe a little different, who knows? Everybody still keeps messing with me out there. That's to say, maybe we could do that at the garrison still. Let Praeria show her face. Let whoever wants to fight with us come out. But if Elrixis isn't at the garrison, I feel like why not take the one place her army can coalesce behind very locked doors, unless it's also her estate, but which would be easier to take down, an estate or a garrison?
I'm gonna ignore the guy who's never been here before and look at Samir and Helianthus.
Yeah, that's
like
completely fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is not. I can't, like, Samson in this moment cannot look at the human that everyone hates. And
yeah, Ludin doesn't care at this point because you're putting
No.
his life at risk, so he's going to keep talking
Yeah.
until somebody recognizes him.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the other two.
So no one's going to answer me?
No, I would like to know the answer to that as well. Is there a reason why that's not a question that should be answered?
Arya just looks at the new general in the room.
The people who are in charge.
What is the question?
Would it even be plausible to have the Praeria, if we're trying to sow seeds of not deceit, but hope to the Fae, to just reveal herself to the garrison, because all of them are Fae. So if anybody that wants to be on our team knows that Praeria is there, they can walk out of that garrison.
Yeah.
But anybody that's not going to be on our team, then they can just stay in there anyway.
I think you underestimate the fear in which the Shade Witch instills, and the wretches at her command.
So, how then would we sow hope? And how long would that even take? Because I think a dramatic gesture like taking the garrison or the estate would show a good point, a big point.
Perhaps and like Samir just kind of turns and he goes, perhaps a little bit of both. Perhaps we take one, and with that news, we use it as leverage to convince the rest that should this continue, that their fate may also fall to lesser pleasurable circumstances. Whether
We
that
make an
be
example.
we make an example. Whether that be the garrison, or what I personally would find much more harder to home, excuse the pun, if we were to destroy her estate, her home.
Is she likely to be there?
Either there or the garrison. But yes, she could be. And if I might say so, it seems a bit poetic, don't you think, Your Highness?
That she took my home and I will take hers?
I think that would say quite a bit, and it would hit with the people.
That is a song that people would sing. Show power. The new queen is here. Even Elrixis can't keep her house.
Isn't that what Ludin just said? That was what Ludin was suggesting, but you like the idea better now?
Did he?
Yes, he was saying the show of power might turn the Fae's head, and you said I'm going to ignore him.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
that was when he was asking which one would be easier to take, the garrison or her home.
Okay.
Look, regardless, if we're gonna sow power or seeds of hope or whatever like that, we still need to attack one place or the other. My only question as the human in the room or whatever, because I'm gonna be dead in, I don't know, a month of your time, and it freaking doesn't matter about my life in here, is what's the one that's going to be the easiest to keep me alive?
Well, maybe we can do some kind of distraction in one place, and then maybe she'll rush to that place and we can go to the estate.
A diversion?
Yeah, a diversion. That's what it's called.
Helianthus just kind of like sits down in his chair and just like raises an eyebrow at you, Ludin. Samir just kind of looks a little bit like he kind of closes his eyes and shakes his head and kind of rubs his temples as if like, good God, give me strength.
Okay, while Ludin looks at both of these people, he's gonna go off on the same spiel that he told Samson way back when. Look, I don't care that you are Fae. I really don't. I don't care that you think that you are better than me. Well, let's get one thing straight. I went in there and helped get Prearia's family out. Where were you two? Okay? Look down on me all you want, but let's not go past the fucking point that you weren't there. I was. Akron was. Finali was. Esperise was. Prearia was. Samson was. Where were you? Keep looking down on me, but I don't give a motherfucking care what you think.
At this point, Helianthus will stand up and he will begin to walk towards you, and Samir will take Helianthus by the shoulder and just whisper something in his ear, and Helianthus will look back at you, and Samir will escort Helianthus out for a moment with Losum. And Samir will come back, and he will look at you, Ludin, after the door shuts, and he goes, "Got quite a temper on you. But let me explain something to you. Armies don't make themselves. Leaders lead armies. And while we may make it look quite easy, it isn't. And while you may die in a month's time, we're sending out thousands of our own, and thousands will die so that Prearia will ascend to the throne, her rightful throne. So don't think that you're the only life, regardless of whether you're Fae or not."
Yeah, Samir, it seems like you don't value my life like I value yours.
Well,
Let's just put it that way.
Because I aren't hugging you and giving you all the loves. And I'm not babying you.
No, because when I ask a question and I'm going to be on the battlefield, whether you like it or not, I am in this war room. So maybe answer the question.
And I have answered your question.
Whatever, Samir. Whatever. Keep going on with your war room. Keep talking like I don't exist. Okay, because you didn't answer my questions.
Please do
Barely
enlighten
any of you
me.
answer this.
Please do enlighten me. I'll answer them right now.
Simple. Which one should we attack? Simple.
And I
What's
told
the
you.
Easiest?
I told you.
Is... Okay. Whatever.
You know, you might want to work with the party, with us as a team, instead of sowing discord. Because you're not being quite helpful.
I think I am going to lay down.
I think Finn at this point is going to stand up.
Excuse me. If I can talk a moment. We all know what it means to be a leader, Samir. Ludin was our leader when we were rescuing Prey's family. He's the one that led the strategy. And we got out of there so effortlessly because he was helping us do that. And I think here at the table, we all need an equal voice. Fae or elf or human, no matter what. And I think we all care. I think that much we can all claim, right? He'll look around. We all care about Praeria. We're here to make sure she gets on the throne and gets her home back. Now let's all put our heads together and figure out the best way to do it. He'll sit back down awkwardly. So a diversion.
I do want to point out, just in case it wasn't clear, that Helianthus was the one that was looking judgmental, not Samir.
Oh, I thought it was both of them.
No, it was just Helianthus. That's why I was like, I got the... Did that come across to everyone? I want to make sure.
Samson did specifically say that he turns away from the human everyone hates to pay attention to the important people in the room, so it did feel like a narrative moment.
I was like, out of character, I was like, I can't respond to that because the question was directed to them. So I was telling you that I couldn't answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't like, Luden, you suck. I was like,
I've said something.
I've said something, and then Luden said something, and it's not my place to respond in this scenario. And then there's them, their turn.
That's why I was so confused. Cool. This was like, Helianthus is the one who looks really judgmental and racist, not Samir.
Cool. Well, it happened.
Well, Samir just kind of crosses his arms and he listens.
I think if we send a diversion to the garrison, we can storm the estate.
Where is, do we know Elrix's whereabouts? I know she was just in the prison. Do we have any idea of where she will go next?
You just said either one of those.
It's too soon, but yeah. Great. Rita's got it.
If we create a diversion at the garrison and then storm her estate, that doesn't leave much time for the, what was it, the sowing of hope among the people. I thought that the purpose of doing one was to then allow word to spread to the other. But if we attack both, then we are throwing out that plan.
I think the diversion should be something big, but not necessarily like everybody going there and storming it. More like something big to get her attention, right? And then we go into the estate and get something really important and distinct that we can send out to the people.
I don't think we can guarantee that we know where Elrixis is going to be. Even if we do cause a huge diversion, there's no guarantee that she herself ends up being the one that goes. She might send somebody.
We did rile up her temper pretty much, didn't we? I think she'd be willing to chase after wherever she thinks we are.
But we have already fooled her that way once. She would be stupid to fall for it again.
I don't think we've done enough at this point to force her even into one of the two places. I think it's more likely she would come here, or wherever we are, because I think she would want the family back. But if we were to take her estate, which would be the much easier target, and then begin to let that story disseminate, then I believe that would send her back to the guest. Because now her home has been taken, and the Rithnawis are gone, and Helianthus and his horde have come to our aid.
You think our home's going to be less guarded than the garrison?
100%. One of them is a place for relaxation. The other one is a fortress. It's made to be protected. The other one's not.
She doesn't know that we want things that are in her home yet.
I mean, we've already struck, right? She knows.
Are there any keys at her estate?
I thought there were.
Look at Samir because I'm like
I think
fuzzy.
there are 2 in the garrison and 1 on her person.
Well,
That's
there's one on the hag, one on her person, and let me look at my notes. I believe another one is at the garrison. But let me double check.
I believe I think that's correct. So if that's the case and it's at the garrison, then taking her estate would simply be a show of power. It would be raising the Rithanaway sigil over over her house to show the people that there is something else, that there's more.
But in the end, sorry, go ahead.
And if we do that, how many of those gods will desert in the night? How many lesser houses will not come to her aid, even if they are loyal bound to do so? How many of them will delay if they are forced to?
In the end, though, if she has the crown, can't they be forced to follow her still?
They can.
She does not have all of the power. She is still weakened.
If she doesn't have all of the power, I think that a show of our strength would be a blow to the power that she does have. I think that attacking the garrison would show the people that we're strong and that we're capable of defeating her. We have an army, right? Samson and I faced her. Well,
we did. We did.
Yeah.
Hey, just because we ran immediately afterwards doesn't mean that.
True. Well, we threw an arborist at her and a knife.
It went really well.
Yeah. What I'm saying is we have a lot of momentum. We just got your family back.
You want to take out her army first, and then when she most likely falls back to her home, finish her there.
Yes. I think that delivering a big blow to her army, it'll send a message to her and everyone else that we're serious and that we're strong and that our queen is strong and that we're here to take back the Feywild. This isn't a resistance. This isn't a rebellion. This is a coup. This is a new wave of power.
Interesting.
You mean directly towards the garrison?
Yes.
Sure. It makes sense to me.
I believe my thought is that we lose more lives that way. I believe they're stronger now than they were before. So if we were to go the other way, I think we'd lose fewer. It would just take longer. So perhaps it would be, well, you might be right. If we were to break her armies at their full strength against the garrison walls, I mean, there are a few large messages you could send.
Yeah. Lives are going to be lost, but I feel like that's inevitable, right? A war is going to happen. I think it's better if we strike first. Look, I'm not happy with the loss of life either. You know this. But, you know, the guards and the servants inside of the house
can tell the story of how Praeria took Elrix's home.
Maybe, but they're also not threats, is what I'm saying.
We let them all go. We let them all go into all the corners of all the Feywild and tell the story of how the secret, the silent, all of us, and Praeria and the Queen showed up to Elrix's home. Took it.
And on the off chance that she's there,
But I did
You
not
don't
come
have
all this
another
way to run.
Say again?
I did not come all this way to run.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna fight, we should fight with our full force and not tiptoe around in her house. If the plan is to fight, we should fight.
We could take a full force there. Burn it to the ground if we wanted.
What would you like to do, Praeria? It's your army.
Sorry, out of game. I think a chat vote would be cool here too. If you could do that. I want to know what.
Do we want to ask the chat whether they should assault the garrison or whether they should assault her home? Is that what we're asking them?
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see.
Kill Helianthus right here in the war room. Is everybody with me?
How is while I get this poll together? How is Esperise looking? Because a lot has just happened regarding meeting her father for the first time.
I think she's mostly been like staring at a point in the wall and like doing the correct nods at the right moment. And when she felt like her boy Luden was being disrespected, she did get a little salty with Samson over it. So some other throwing in some conversational pieces. But otherwise she's mostly been like nodding and going, yes. And then looking at a piece of the wall and just totally checking out of everything. The giddiness seems to have at least been tamped down a lot. It's hard to know exactly what's going on with her right now.
All right, 3 minutes. The poll is up. Feel free to vote, guys.
Prayer has just been in deep thought this whole time, and she will say to everyone, I thank you all for your input. I think I would like to speak with Helianthus before I make my choice.
We need not show a surge of power at all. It is possible that you and your family are unique. You look different than the rest of us Fae. If we were to simply slowly show some of your faces, then that sort of information the whispers in all the taverns in all the land of the Rith Nawe return would quickly move through the world. And perhaps with that, our army would weaken. Some of them would leave. Some of them would lose heart, knowing that they are following the wrong. People in this world have thought for thousands of years that everyone that you are and everything that you have been was gone and lost. So they've been in despair. They saw you. It might change their mind.
You also need to keep in mind that every day that we spend here is a month on the material plane.
Right. We need to move quickly. A tour of that kind would take time, and my family is in no condition to be out and about.
This is true.
We have, I don't know, I know that there are some druids who can skywrite. There are ways to spread messages quickly, magically, large illusions. Your family doesn't actually have to go out. So we can just get their image out there, I guess.
And again, how long would that take? We were told the next 24 hours or so. We have to make some sort of move.
Campaign. When my sister came out with her first perfume line, maybe something like that, it was 24-hour launch. I don't know how much we can do to actually incite more to join us, but I think the effort would be worth it in the time that we have, but not delay too much.
The chat says 70% say assault Elrixis' home, and 30% say to assault the garrison.
Interesting.
We had 10 people vote.
Samir said that we do have to act now, right? Their forces are weak now. So, whatever we do, we got to accomplish all of these goals all at once.
We have the element of surprise.
Yeah, so let's go for the big prize. Start taking pieces off the board. If she has a garrison, let's take it out.
Okay, let's think of it this way instead. After we take one place, right? Wherever that will be, we're still going to have to kill her, right?
Of course.
So, if we go kill her, or if we go to the garrison and take it down, we have to kill her at her estate. If we go take the estate, we have to kill her at the garrison. I understand that we're trying to not lose as many lives. But I guess what I'm saying is, if we go take the estate, are we willing to immediately go straight to the garrison? Immediately. Or are we going to have to wait again for the word to spread?
That's true.
Because it goes back to if we're trying to make sure that these people aren't going to regroup in one place that she doesn't have a large force to attack us with, or to even be prepared for an attack with, then if we're going to take her estate, sure, we can take it and make sure that she is demoralized and work and spread quickly, but we need to be on the way to the garrison right afterwards. Because she still can control people. And if she still can control 1, 2, maybe 3 families, they're all going to still be in that garrison. And it's going to be much harder to take it down if they're 3 or 4 families full of army, rather than right now. But that's going to be the same exact thing going back towards her estate as well. So we just need to be prepared to, after going from one place, go straight to the other.
You think the show of power will not work? She'll have the same strength.
I don't know how much strength she's going to have, but if she can still control people with the crown, regardless of whatever they think, and she can get them behind those garrison walls, it's going to be really, really difficult for us to decide who's friend or foe behind a garrison.
I have a question for the Game Master. Do we believe that Elrixis has the power to force people to stay with her? Or that her power is waning and in line with Prayari's at this point?
Samir has expressed that the crown does not fully answer to Elrixis, because that is the whole reason why she was gathering your family members, Prayaria, so that she could do a legit transfer of power. Like, there is a ritual that needs to take place. So, the crown does not fully answer to her. Does that answer your question?
With that information, would we believe that she would even be capable of forcing hordes and hordes of people to choose to force them to fight for her? Maybe some, but not all.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe some, but not all.
I think we're at our best situation right now. We are
It's
at
like
an
the wand, like the Elder Wand.
I'm going to put this on the table, just so we have something concrete, and then we can tweak it from there, change things up, so we have something on the table. I am thinking we go to the estate, we take the estate, the demoralization, we hope the word gets out, but while the word is getting out, we are immediately going to the garrison and taking whatever troops she has there. Does that sound, maybe with a night in between or so? Not enough for her to regather, just enough for us to kind of come back to ourselves.
We also give them the opportunity to reinforce, though, if they hear we're at the estate. We have the element of surprise.
If we go to the garrison first?
I mean, we don't know who's going to be at the estate. It's a private thing. It's a private residence, right? So would the element of surprise really help us there? I don't know. but it definitely would help us in the garrison.
If the only thing we stand to gain from attacking the estate is like a symbolic victory, I feel like we got that. We just saved the entire Rithanawe family, didn't we?
This is true.
Tell the people that. What are we messing around with the estate for?
But
that's the message we need to send. The Rithanawes are free and they're back in the Feywild. Your queen is here. You know?
I am weighing it with the 70% on the audience poll.
The question is though, how?
They're just watching.
The gods.
If I think we believe that if the estate comes over Rithanawe control, the reinforcements simply will not come. She will call and they will say no. They will deny her.
Okay, but she'll still have the garrison, won't she?
She will have the fortress, and she has the fortress now.
Well,
but it's not fully stocked.
Okay, but my thing about the fortress is, if we're going to have to deal with it either way, would you rather wait and have them stack up and come to us, or would you rather attack them on our terms?
I would rather no one else show up to it. And then the few of them that are of faint heart, and the ones that are at least partially loyal to the Rithanawe family, for them to desert. So then we go in there, everyone has chosen to side with Elrixis.
Everyone at the garrison has already decided to side with Elrixis, right?
Not everyone. I don't believe everyone at the garrison knows Prioria is here.
So,
but they will find out if we take the estate.
They'll also find out if Prioria goes out in the front and goes, "I am your queen.
Sure.
Come on outside if you want to live." Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Proof.
It's hard. It's a lot harder to leave in the middle of a fight than it is in the night.
That's fair.
I don't think it's necessary to mess with the estate, but if that's where we end up going.
If we do go to the estate, we'll definitely head for the garrison right after.
I think whichever direction we go, I think they have to be one after the other.
Ludin will look to Prioria and be like, "Hey, by the way, I don't mean to cause issues here, but the biggest reason that I came here was to save your family. That was kind of what we talked about way before. Levi did this, in my opinion. And I'm with you wherever you want to go. But understand, I do have my own goals. I do have my own, and I will be looking after my skin. And that's why I am speaking the way that I am, rudely, as much as I am.
I understand, and I would have it no other way. You have done what you said you would come here to do, and you don't have to do it anymore. Stay alive. That goes for all of you. Samson, look at me. All of you.
Samir, arms folded, kind of looking at you all. He goes, "Well, seems that there's more discussion to be made before you all in agreement. While you all smooth that over, I need to go smooth over some relationship issues that have just come up." And he kind of glances at Ludin and walks out of the study.
Elianthus is fully gone, right?
Yeah, he's been gone. Like if you remember, Samir, when Ludin said that, like he got up, like he was about to huff, and Samir just grabbed him by the shoulder, whispered something in his ear, and led him out with Losum.
So all of them are gone.
All of them are gone now.
I think Prioria wanted to go talk to Helianthus, right?
A real word.
I suppose I can wait until they are done smoothing. I don't know what Samir means by that, but I don't trust him, so I will wait until they are finished.
I realize we have more important things to talk about, but just very quickly, I cannot overstate how excited I am that we are all going to kill this man. Back to subject.
Wait, that was your dad?
Yes, it was.
Did you have that murder smile on your face when he was in the room? Did he see that?
No, I played well. I don't know. He doesn't know what I look like, so.
We might get to kill him in the field. Wouldn't that be great?
A couple of arrows
It
to the
feels
back.
like it might complicate things.
I think she wants to do this. I think it's more personal for her too.
Well, if you want to kill him, as long as he ends up dead. But I feel like in combat might make things more difficult for our goals. So, use him as long as we can, and then.
Let us hope that Samir is good at his job.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Seen him leave wars over less.
Liantos.
Yes.
I see.
He's not exactly a loyal individual. He's extremely proud.
I will keep this in mind.
Oh yeah, he's awful. He's not good. After the war's over, there's no way he can be on board like with what we're doing. But for now, his swords and his people are useful.
Did Samir trade my brother?
It seemed like it.
I know Helianthus wanted your brother back this more than anything. After he was banished.
That is true. Daniel, sorry. You wanted him back. You know that.
You wanted him back more than anything. Now that he is.
Another family rescue mission.
Right.
Would you like to go speak with him?
No, we have. I'll speak with him later. We have decision to make. Whatever we feel is the right choice, Praeria.
All right. Praeria is still going to wait to announce her choice until she can talk to Helianthus, but.
Is that something you wanted to do this session? Because we can.
I mean, I am just pretty much bringing this conversation upon you. I don't know.
No, it's fine. You can if you would like to speak to Helianthus, we could make that the last conversation before the end of the session.
Okay.
We'll say that you find him in. There's a This is a nice house. There's a study, and then there's a library. You would find Helianthus in the library. He's looking over. He's just like kind of pacing, thinking.
Is Thalen there, just like judging him?
Yes, but no one can see.
Silent judgment from the corner of the library. She'll just like kind of knock on the doorway as she enters.
He kind of tilts his head towards you and acknowledges your presence, and he goes, "Lady?"
She'll nod her head back.
So, what do I owe pleasure?
Well, I thought you might like to know how the rest of the meeting went. After you left, we were down to two possibilities. We attacked the garrison in a more physical show of power, or we attack Elrix's home in a more spiritual show of power. I was interested in seeing which you thought would be best.
Kind of leans back, symbol of pride, and there's a small curl against his lips as he can't help but smile, seeing you come to him to ask his opinion. I believe I would attack her home. Nothing is more visceral than a personal act of aggression. You see, it's not just a symbol. It would say a lot of things about you in comparison. How she took your home, and now you take hers. However, she's taken many individuals home. She has twisted, even though there are plenty who still live in the gloaming court, there are many who remember the way things used to be. Like I do. And to see it something that she adores, something that is hers, I think it would hit quite hard. And I think that those who follow her now would see it as a sign of her coming weakness, that she would allow something so terrible to happen to her home.
I see. We think that would give the people of the garrison time to desert if they so wished. Potentially lowering the loss of lives. I find this worthwhile.
I also think that in attacking her home, it will divert some of the troops at the garrison toward her. To kind of intervene on what's going. So when you do decide to strike the garrison, it might not be as fortified. Not that it'll be weak by any mention of the word, but...
She's just watching his face, and when she mentions the lives of the people fighting, does he seem to care about that at all? Or is he speaking strictly?
Make an insight check.
Cool. Insight. What's my insight? That's a 28.
I would say that he doesn't necessarily flinch at the word. It doesn't seem to affect him too much. It seems like it's these are things to making the right decisions in a war on the battlefield is it's a payment. Casualties are a payment that must be made. So it's nothing that he's connected to emotionally. If that answers your question.
Yes.
And granted, after hearing of the recent excursions, if I had to guess, I don't think she'd expect you to take her home. I think she'd expect... Well, as you know, the place in which the ritual must occur is below the garrison, her keep. Seeing as that's more of a bit of a last line of defense now that you have your whole family, she'll be doing everything in her power to prevent you from getting to it.
So even though her forces are weak, they will all be focused there.
That's what I believe now. Who knows what she'll do, but if I was in her shoes, that's what I would do.
Thank you for letting me know.
He kind of like bows his head, nodding.
I did have one other question.
He leans his head over inquisitively, as if to say, "Sure, ask away."
When you came in, you demanded to be impressed. What I saw, they only brought in a boy, and that impressed you. Why is that?
Well, I never said I demanded to be impressed. I said I would have been disappointed if Samir didn't uphold his end of the bargain. Bit of a personal matter.
So you will simply take this boy? I am sorry, you will forgive me if I find it a bit strange.
He gives you a look, like, does he mean something to you? You're asking a lot of questions about.
It's just you've been very big picture so far. Odd for you to care about this one.
Don't you mind about that? You have a war to worry about. Have your people to worry about. My personal affairs are much less important, I assure you.
What's the vibe he is giving as he is talking about Avriel?
With the insight, we'll go with the insight that you rolled. It's almost as if you get the sense in this the vibe from this guy. The way he speaks about Avriel, it's almost as if Avriel is his property. And he is entitled to this individual.
Well, I suppose you're right. I do have other things to worry about, and I'm sure we will have much time to talk after everything.
Yes, and if you don't mind me saying, is that a human of yours, friend?
Of course. Those you saw me with today are my dearest friends. I hold them in very high regard.
If you don't mind me saying, I recommend you choose your friends a little bit more wisely. And acknowledge them to be a little bit more considerate about the words that spew from their gull holes. Now, pleasure.
Right. Well, I will keep to my personal business as you intend to keep to yours.
He smiles, and it's a very smug smile, and he kind of nods and he goes, Your Majesty, and he bows and he will exit. Unless you have anything else you'd like to say.
Nope, she has what she needs.
All right. I think with that is where we will end tonight's session. So, let's thank. We had so much happen this session. Let me thank all of our new followers and our. Oh God, we had so much happen this session. Thank you, Louis Ovaz, for the follow. Danielle Lenoir for the resub. Happy Monday to you as well, Danny. McBluff for the gifted ones here. Mac, thank you for the sub. Flock Obama for the 50. Flock Obama is on their 15-month streak. Woo! Go Flock Obama. Thank you so much for the resub, Flock. We got Hello Loved Us with the cheer of 100 bits. We had a hype. We had. Gosh, I think we got to like level 5 or 6 of the hype train. We have a certifiable nerd for the resub. Thank you so much. They say New Year's resolution: catch more ink and lyre. 3 months down. Woo! Welcome, certifiable nerd. We're so glad to have you. Heloidy with the cheer of 400 bits. Flock Obama with another gifted 5-tier subs. Heloidy with another 100 bits. Certifiable nerd for the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Flock Obama with another gifted 5-tier 1 sub. 10 more. Good golly, thank you so much. And then another gifted individual tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Flock. We love you. Thank you. We gotta hang it back out on Discord. We haven't talked to you in a while. A certifiable nerd for the cheer of 100 bits. Valerius for the follow. JN3 Storyteller for the follow. Dead Aussie Gamer for the raid of 24. Thank you so much. Weasel Queen 220 for the follow. Odysseus. Odie, that's right. Odie for the cheer. Thank you so much for putting on a great show. I am really enjoying it. Thank you so much, Odie. Thank you. Newbie Goddess for the follow. Johnny Nod for the follow. Thank you all so much for the follows. If you enjoy our show, please consider a follow. Watching us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have our Bates End show every Monday. On Wednesdays, we have our Iron Valor show, which is a little bit more interactive. You can use Valor tokens to grant the players luck and bless the party as well as curse the bad guys. Right now, Iron Valor is a show where we play through Wizards of the Coast modules. We're currently playing through Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Deanna DMs that show. You can also see Danny in that show. Raina is in that show as well. And that is Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, you guys won't be able to see them this week because we are going to our Ink and Lyre retreat. And we won't be back until not this Monday, or not this coming Monday, but the next Monday. And we'll post that on social media and let you know when we'll be back exactly. But no Iron Valor this week, and no Fate Send or Iron Valor next week. So we're gonna miss you guys, but we're gonna be taking lots of pictures on our retreat. Please join our Discord. Somebody put the Discord in the channel, please, for me. Join our Discord. We hang out there a lot. We play games. We have game nights. Sometimes we've watched movies in the past, and we've hung out. So please join our Discord and hang out with us. We love hanging out and getting to know our watchers. It's a ton of fun. But other than that, if you want to follow us on social media, they'll put socials in the chat. You can follow us all individually if you like, or follow, of course, Ink and Lyre on socials. But other than that, we're gonna miss you guys. We're gonna miss you guys for during our short retreat break. We have some really cool things that we're gonna be filming while we're there that we can't wait to show you when we get back. But again, we're gonna be sending lots of love through social media during this break. Other than that, stick with us. We're gonna raid, so don't go anywhere just yet. We're gonna pass on the love. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we love you guys so much. Thanks for being a part of our stream and making the stream as awesome as it is. It wouldn't be awesome without you all. So other than that, oh, by the way, Daniel, Certifiable Nerd wants to know what you're drinking. Other than that, we're gonna raid. And we will see you all in a Monday after next Monday. All right, bye guys.